JJ, why did you bring me here? I've just had some booze and we're in the park at 1:30 in the morning. I need to get to home fast.
I know, but I would like to ask, who was that guy next to you?
Do you mean the guy with the sports t-shirt on? That's Levi. Levi is my ex.
Are you cheating on me?
What? No. I never want to be with him again. We're just friends. There was no need to give me that reply. I'm not cheating on you.
Stop lying to me. Why were you two laughing at then?
Excuse me? You're calling your girlfriend a liar? How disgustingly rude. We're just telling jokes and stuff to each other. Duh. It's fun. Do you know what fun actually is?
Okay, see you later, bye.
Hey. Come back here. We ain't finished the conversation. Do you think that's the right thing to do, is to walk away during a serious conversation? You stupid drug addict man. You know nothing about love. You're nothing but an alcoholic. This relationship is officially over. We're finished. I'm finished. So goodbye, JJ. Oh my god, why was I even with him in the first place? My head is really banging. I need to go to bed. Jeez. What? I feel lost. I forgot about this place. I have been to this park before but not this area. I'm scared. I wonder if anyone can help me guide the way out. I don't think so. It's quite late. And it's quite scary. I've never been late at night all by my own before. Hey, at least I'm not alone. There's somebody in the distance. I can ask whoever that is for the way to leave this place. Excuse me there. Do you know where to exit this park? I really need to go home fast. And are you okay? What are you doing hiding in the bush?
Hey, what's up?
Boris. Where have you been? Where were you early in the morning?
Huh? What do you mean, Doris?
Mom, can you please talk in a different room? Me and Kato can hear the TV.
Yes, Rosie. Sorry. I'm just going to have a private conversation with your father, Boris. What happened last night? Why didn't you turn up to bed at 4 o'clock?
What? Doris, what are you even talking about? I was asleep all night. The only time I got up was when I needed to go to the bathroom.
Huh, really? Well, what took you so long to go to the bathroom?
I was only in the bathroom for 5 minutes to go to the toilet. I don't understand what you're talking about, honey. Are you dreaming about me?
No. This ain't a joke. You weren't in bed for a few hours. Are you up to something that you don't want me to know? Are you cheating with me with another woman?
No. Of course I haven't cheated or slept with any woman. You're the world to me, and our kids. I don't understand, Doris. I've been in bed all night. I haven't left the room. It must be your imagination.
Well, I have trusted you in years, so I guess I may be dreaming. Even though I do imaginate things too much. So, I'm sorry, Boris, but if you are going somewhere at night, please tell me the truth where you're going. I'm worried. Anyways, I'm off to the store to buy more cereal for the kids.
Breaking news. Yesterday around 1:30, an 21-year-old girl was killed by a shuriken. The police found some clues that the killer was hiding in a bush. Sadly, the young 21-year-old young lady has her eye ripped open and the shuriken was digged inside her brain. She was found injured by 7 o'clock in the morning, lying on the floor with a big bloody puddle under her head. She was rushed to the hospital, but she will need loads of surgeries and stitches. The police will be finding out the suspect of the murder of the 21-year-old young girl. They'll find clues and doing research on the weapon taken out of the girl's head. Sadly, the girl was actually dead near the trees behind me, and the hospital doctors will try everything they can to get her to come back. Her family are devastated. There will be more news of this young injured girl tomorrow. This is GNN News.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Who could have done this? I loved going to that park. I'm now scared to come back there ever again. I don't want to end up like that girl.
Me too. Kato.
Oh my god. Elena. Is that you? I haven't seen you for ages. How's everything going?
Oh hi Doris, everything is going well. How are you? How are Kailu and Rosie doing?
They're doing quite well. Kalo is doing well at school. He's behaving and being very mature. But Rosie is doing alright, but she is still homeschooled.
Oh sorry Doris, I've forgotten the reason why Rosie is homeschooled. Why is she homeschooled? Didn't she had a great time at school? Was she bullied? Or what?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes. She got bullied very badly and she could not handle it. She's very vulnerable.
Oh dear. That poor girl. I hope there is a right school for her somewhere.
So how is your daughter getting on? Dora.
Oh yes, Dora is doing quite well, as the same as your oldest son Kailu. She's not being a bully anymore. Because she knew what was wrong. And now she's a complete different person. And the last 2 weeks, she passed one of her maths tests of shapes and measurements. I'm so proud of her and I love her too. And also, Diego moved to our house recently because he forgotten to pay his rent when he was staying at the Red Hotel near the St. Eras Street on the east side of the town.
Oh okay, I've only met Diego once, for 2 minutes when we had that festival on the street around winter. I'm so glad that Dora is doing a fantastic job at her school.
So, what are you doing here? I'm just here to get chicken nuggets because I've forgotten to buy another pack from last week.
Well, I came here because I wanted to have time out with my husband, Boris. So I just felt like coming here to buy things I need for the fridge.
What? What happened? Doris.
Well, Elena, me and Boris were having an argument of what was going on early in the morning. He didn't turn up in bed at 4 o'clock. He said the only time he got up was to go to the bathroom, for 5 minutes. But I didn't believe him. He didn't turn up in bed with me for hours. I thought he may be doing something at night, or leave the house to go somewhere. I think he's cheating on me. It doesn't make sense of what's he explaining.
Oh my god. That's terrible. That is really strange. I wonder why Boris disappeared in the morning. That's very sketchy indeed. You know what? I have to crack into my shopping, so if you want to talk to me more, ring me on your contacts, okay? I'm mostly free.
Okay. Thanks, Elena. I'll talk to you someone. But not a long time. Bye.
Bye. Doris. There's something wrong with Boris. I hope he is not cheating on Doris. If he was caught cheating, I'll kick his.
So, when I was at college on my 3rd year, there was this chatty scumbag guy with a stupid hat, who was the most annoying people ever. He talks very louder than ever, he always wants nothing but attention. I said to him when we were in the corridors, "Hey, weirdo, you're an attention-seeking jerk, who will never have a girlfriend because of your stupid hat."
Dad, that was so funny, especially the part when you were waiting in the office.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing, Rosie, nothing.
We are just bored, Rosie. We should go somewhere. It's quite sunny and hot out there. And we could go to the park we normally go to, where we get ice cream and food and drinks.
No, 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 no. That's not a good idea to go to the park today, or ever again.
What? What's wrong going to the park? I thought you and Rosie love to go to the park. What seems to be the problem?
Dad, haven't you seen the news? Someone murdered a person in the night, and threw a sharp weapon at the girl's face that went inside her skull and brain. Then she was found dead.
Yeah, and I don't want that to happen to us. You should watch the news from around the last few hours, on the news' website.
Really? Oh my god. That's horrible. Well, if you don't want to go to the park, well, that's alright. So what would you two like to do today, instead of going to the park?
I'll think I will just stay in today and watch TV.
Me too.
Hey Cole. I'm back.
Oh great. Did you get me those chicken nuggets I was talking about?
Yes, they are next to the fridge. And I've also bumped into Doris there too.
Oh, nice. How is she going?
She is doing very well, especially her children Kailu and Rosie. But I don't think she's happy with her husband Boris.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, the reason why Doris isn't happy with her husband about what happened last night is because she didn't know where was Boris very early in the morning. I have no idea where he went, but hopefully it's not what I think it is.
Alright, that sounds really weird. Why would he even leave the house very early in the morning? Our city is closed and it's a ghost town around that time besides pubs and parties.
Well, I don't know what's going on and what he's been up to. But I hope it's not what I think it is. You know, he might be sleeping with different women. Unless he's doing something late at night that he's hiding a secret from her.
Now that sounds nothing like Boris to me. When you said he maybe be cheating on Doris and sleeping with different women, I think he actually has.
Oh no, he wouldn't. If he did, I'm going to beat him to the floor with my broomstick in the shed outside. Doris is a lovely lady and she doesn't deserve to be treated in that way. In fact, he will also get some major consequences with multiple people he knows. Right. I need to sort out the washing up.
Yay! I'm finally at my own favorite park at all time. What? Hey! What's going on here? Excuse me, officers. What happened here?
Oh, hi there, young lady. The park is not available for anyone. There has been a murderer on the loose, and there was a dead body of a girl found this morning, and the police, including us, are still investigating the killer who was responsible of the murder of the young lady.
I'm sorry, but this park is officially closed for today and tomorrow.
Oh no, that's bad. I was really happy to come to this park and get some delicious food and ice cream too. But I'm shocked that this never happened before here ever.
Don't worry, this park is not closed forever. It's just not opened for citizens for a few days.
Sorry, girl, but not today.
Oh hey Dora, how was your day at the park? And why are you here early?
Mom, this ain't a joke, but here it goes. The park was closed because someone was found murdered at the park. And there were a lot of police around the place investigating.
What? No. Are you serious? That's bad. Really bad. Well, as for you young lady, I think you shouldn't go to the park quite a lot that often. I'm worried and I don't want you to end up as that person who got murdered, Dora. I think now that park is now one of the dangerous places to be around. Now go upstairs to your room and I'll bring your dinner up there, and I'll be going on the news's website to find this information.
Aunt, I cannot believe that today is really boring for me. I normally go to the park once a week, but no. There's always something stupid going on which I can't do anything about it. But I do feel very lucky that I didn't end up like that person who got murdered. But for now, I'll cut down the amount of times I visit there. And I really do hope the police will find out the suspect of the murder. I should call Ki because he goes to the park like me, but not as much as I do.
Hello, Dora.
Nothing much, Ki. I mainly wanted to tell you some really bizarre news I've heard today.
What? What's wrong?
I went to the park today where I normally go, but suddenly there were loads of policemen around there, and I've asked one of them what's around on.
Oh Dora, you mean someone was murdered there? I know. Yeah, I saw it all over the news.
Oh, so you know that too? And I didn't know that was on the news, even though I don't normally watch news because they are boring.
Well Dora, the plans when we meet each other is going to be cancelled, unless we'll go somewhere else to hang out. Maybe a cafe or somewhere.
Well, yeah, it's no way going to be cancelled because I've forgotten there was other places we could visit and have fun.
Yeah, so what time would you like to meet me? And we'll organize where we're going.
I would say 2:30.
Okay, me and you will choose where we are going by tomorrow. If you are feeling lost around that time, give me a ring, okay?
Okay, thanks. I'll have to go now since my dinner is coming shortly.
Okay, no problem Dora. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
She should be here any minute now.
Sorry Ki if I am late.
Don't worry Dora, you're right on time.
So, what are you having to eat?
Oh, I've already had something to eat while waiting for you. It was just some cookies with chocolate sauce on top. What are you having to eat?
Oh nice, I'm not having anything because I've had homemade burgers and fries around 1 hour and a quarter ago. So, should we continue with the conversation from yesterday?
Yes, you were talking about the murderer at the park and police officers yesterday, and I saw it all over the news. It's very scary as heck, and I hope the murderer dies.
Me too.
So, the weapon was taken out of the young girl's head, and our special scientists have been scanning and searching details on it, including fingerprints. They used those special technologies to scan and find who was the suspect or the murderer in the city's park. Any questions?
Yes. Have they found it out who it was? Or not yet?
Well, Liam, have you noticed the picture next to me?
Well, sorry sir, I've got bad eyes and I've left my glasses at home.
Who's the guy's name? I'm not actually sure if I've seen or known him before.
Well, Jessica, we haven't found it out who the person's name is. But we'll find him and take him down. Once and for all. Then he will be executed and tortured, and hopefully he won't return to the world ever again. Sadly, the girl who was murdered, she died in hospital yesterday at 4:11 in the evening. The injury was very bad that half of her brain was disconnected from her body. And her eye was sliced on the right corner of her left eye. Her funeral will be at the Christian church in the field by the train station in the next 3 weeks. Any questions?
Are you really guaranteed that this is the right person? I'm not trying to be wrong, sir, but this person might be innocent, and he might be the wrong person you're looking for.
Mr. Phil, we are never wrong. The scientists scanned the fingerprints and did research multiple times, and this guy here was the only one appeared on the screen every time.
And this is Carly the cow. She's a very healthy old cow, and Benny is outside with the other cows. Did you know that Carly and Benny are going to have baby calves soon? That's why Carly looks a bit grumpy because she wants to see her babies.
Wow, how cute.
So Rosie, did you had a great time at the farm?
I sure did, Mommy. Mom, can I go to the toilet?
Yes, Rosie, of course you can.
Thank you.
Hello! What do you want, Boris?
Doris, I'm at the clothes store right now, because I have no idea where my blue trousers and pants are. Do you know which ones are the ones which are a bit more baggy? I don't prefer wearing skinny pants, it doesn't suit me in my opinion.
Boris, the trousers you mean, are next to the swimsuit sections. They moved around quite a lot.
Okay, thanks. Sorry if I still made you mad, you know, the last night thing.
I'm okay. I'll accept your apologies, but you should never do that again. I was worried sicker than ever. Promise that you won't do that ever again. Promise?
Promise. I might have been sleepwalking.
Well, if you were actually sleepwalking, you should go to a special therapy or take some paracetamols. If the sleepwalking was the case behind all of this drama, well, okay, but Boris, to be fair, I've never seen you sleepwalk before in my life. And I hope that isn't an excuse.
Doris, if you say I've disappeared at night, that should be the reason. And it does happen to anyone at night if they are sleepwalking too.
Fine then, I think we'll just continue more of this conversation at home. I'm started to lose battery life when I'm having long conversations on the phone. So, bye.
Oh my god, Doris, why are you being so strange? Nothing happened last night. God. Now let's find the trousers and pants I was looking for before I felt like calling my wife and owing her some apologies.
Wow, today is so beautiful. Seems like everybody is in the city today.
It sure is, Dora. Hopefully next time the park will be open.
What? KIU? Are you insane? That park is so scary. The murderer goes to that location to kill people. If we go there, we will die.
Listen carefully. One murderer only came to the park at night, and we will be there at daylight, which means there's loads of people around the place, including police officers. So there's not a chance that the murderer will return there. When it's night, it's scary and dark. I'll promise to you that will never happen. Don't worry. I'm always here for you.
Well, that makes sense. We could go to the park because that only happens at night. And I'm worried if we got ended like that girl, you know, murdered with a weapon.
There's nothing to worry about, Dora. We are having a good day, so don't let that thought ruin your day with me. Just think positive that you are with me today.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Dora, sorry to ruin your day, Wilker Elu. You've promised a deal the other day to come back to the house when it's nearly 6 o'clock. Can you please come home? Please.
Yes, Mom. I will. We were just bored walking around the city. I'll come back in 15 minutes.
Great. That's what I wanted to hear. Bye.
I'm sorry, K.I., but I need to start heading back home. I'll catch you up later soon.
No problem, Dora. I'll see you next time when we meet again. Bye.
Bye.
Wow. Today was actually fantastic with Dora. And Elle can't get over the fact of this nice view up here from this bridge. I think I should start heading back home. I'm started to be very tired and sleepy. I think me and Dora have been walking for over 10 miles today. My legs are killing me.
Boris? Please finish brushing your teeth and get to bed.
I've already brushed my teeth. I was just tidying up the mess.
Okay, you can clean the rest of the mess up tomorrow. Did you have a shower?
Yep.
A shave?
Yep.
Using the toilet?
Doris, now you sound like you are treating me as Kaylu and Rosie. Please stop. You are starting to be very irritating.
It's because I don't want you to be missing. Even though you don't even remember where were you going and doing at that time. And you're not telling me the real truth behind this. I'm sorry, Boris, but I've gotta do what I've gotta do.
Fine, just to make you happy. I don't know what got into you behind all of this, but we'll finish this conversation tomorrow.
And by the way, Boris, if you are going to use the bathroom in the night, please let me know. I don't bite. Okay, good night.
Oh, she is starting to be a drama queen. Nothing bad happened at that time. I didn't leave the house and went anywhere. Oh well, I need to get some sleep.
Boris. Boris? Boris? Boris.
Ow. Doris, what the heck was that for? I was enjoying my sleep.
Well, Boris, that was for being lazy and ignoring me multiple times. You deserve it.
Breaking news. An older man was found murdered in his apartment this morning. The neighbors and people heard his screams from all the way across the road and the street. One of his neighbors next door earlier in the morning tried to break into his house in the back of his garden of what was the loud screaming was all about. But then they was searching around the home, from bottom to top, until when they entered the bathroom. When they entered the bathroom, they wouldn't believe their own eyes. They found the body of an older man in a bathroom filled up with flooded water all the way to the top, and his throat was slit open, and he was stabbed 8 times, in his chest. His neighbors were terrified to see with their own eyes that he was dead. The police were involved earlier due to scaring everyone and has been reported multiple times in an hour. The police has been investigating clues for the stabs or any other injuries, and the footprints on the floor covered in blood. Apparently, the investigations were exactly the same as the last murderer, which was at the city's park. One of our officers said that might have been possible. If it was the same one, because the results were exactly the same, but the murderer used a different weapon of each one. If there was another murderer on the loose, well, that could be someone else. Now everyone who are living here in these apartments are so terrified to hear about the scary news. Loads of people started packing up quickly and moving out of this building.
Oh no, not again. I knew it was still going to happen. The murderer is still on the loose. First it happened at the park, and now the hotel apartment.
Me too, Kidairu. I'm so scared. They need to find who it is. Fast.
Oh hello Dora.
K.I.U. The murder has struck back again. First the park, and now the hotel apartment. That's what I wanted to call you for. Are you watching the news right now?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now with my little sister.
Okay, I was just making sure you were watching the news. And sometimes you don't normally stay up at around 10:15 in the morning.
Well, to be honest, Dora, even though I've started to get interest with watching news channels was because it's very important to hear some interesting sorts of news. Like sad news, happy news, bad news, normals and etc. I've only started to watch the news when I saw the park one.
Oh? I don't blame you. I actually came to the same place as you. But the news are mostly talking about different countries and others one at that time was near our location. But we don't barely see any news with us involved of where we are living in. And that was how it all started.
Oh, I see. Well, can I ask you something?
Sure. What?
When I can come over to your house?
Tomorrow. I've got nothing to do tomorrow besides going on social media. But you can come over and stay much as you like. By 12:30, if you would like.
Good. See you tomorrow, and we'll be having so much fun, and I'll have to put my phone down, because I've only got 5% of battery left. Bye, Dora.
Bye, KIU.
Now we will be returning to the Chatty Twins.
Tommy, you just got me into detention for blowing up the school toilets, because we look the same. Good. I want to be the best twin ever. No, I'm the best twin ever. I'm better than you. No. I'm better than you. I'm the best twin here. No, I am. No. I am. No. It's me. No, it's me. No, I'm the best twin ever. I'm better than you with your stupid red hood in your mouth.
Hey, what are you watching?
Hello there. Just watching random things on the channels. So what's your name?
Diego. My name is Diego. And what's yours?
I'm KIU.
It's nice to meet you, Crayu.
My name is KIU, not Crayu.
Crayu.
No, it's KIU. CAILLOU. KIU.
Crayu. I was just joking. Calm down. Anyways, it's nice to meet you. Are you and Dora together?
No, we are just friends.
Yeah, we are just best friends.
Okay. I don't mind if you two are dating. Sorry if that was a personal question. Anyways, if you excuse me, you two, I'm going to cut some wood for my birdhouse.
Dora, who's Diego?
Oh, Diego is my cousin. He recently moved to our house because he didn't cope with his old apartment when he had issues with his next-door neighbors and his bills. Also, him and his parents had an argument and kicked him out of the house, but I won't go through detail of what happened, but that's how it all started. And didn't have anywhere to go, so that's why we let him live here.
Oh, I see. But didn't you mention him before, a while ago?
Yes, I did.
Oh hey, do you want to see some epic fail compilations on my phone?
Sure.
So, my name is Dr. Evans. What's your name, sir?
Well, my name is Boris.
Oh, I see. So, what seems to be the problem? It says in my book that you are having a complicated relationship with your wife. Why?
Well, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, sir, what I mean I don't know is that Doris seems to be dreaming that I have been missing at night the other day, and she's being so sensitive and keep moaning. She has got this wrong, and I haven't got a clue where she's got that from. I didn't disappear in the room while she was asleep, but she said I did. She's recently been so stressy and angry over me. She thinks that I'm secretly would have been possibly be cheating on her by sleeping with other different women. I just don't get it. Why is she behaving like this? She's not being her normal self to me. And every time I go to bed, she goes all nosy that I have done everything, such as brushing my teeth, had a shower, if I shaved, putting on my bed clothes on, using the toilet and more. She never stops being so bossy and sensitive over me. She has been acting just like my mother, and sounds like she's treating me exactly the same like my younger son and daughter. And that is why I'm here.
I understand how difficult that is for you. That your wife is starting to lose your trust over something about what happened the other day? Is that correct?
That's right. Excuse me, but are you James Bond?
No, I'm look nothing like James Bond. Why?
Oh, sorry, you look familiar to him. My bad.
Okay, Boris, so, the best thing you should do to your wife is to just say sorry to her or make something up. even if you didn't do it, but it's still a good way to fix the problem. What about that?
Yes sir, but I did, but she's still continuing to be so sensitive and moany. I don't know how to make this up. I don't know how to get the old happy Doris back. She's everything to me, and I love her to pieces. I don't want a divorce. We've been together for years and years and I don't want it to be over. If it's over, my life is over.
Boris, you keep imagining things too much. I wouldn't think that would be a huge problem to get divorced. You need to sort this out with her fast, or one day, she will lose interest of you, especially your trust. And you don't want that to happen, don't you?
Absolutely not. If she divorces me, I'm going to deal with a lot of depression for the rest of my life. And she may want me to stay away from my kids. And I love my kids to bits. And I'll feel like the worst parent on earth. And I don't want another wife to replace her. She's perfect. Just perfect. I cannot describe how perfect of a wife she is. She's the world to me.
Oh Boris, don't panic. Everything will be okay. Don't just put yourself down of what you think could happen in your imagination, just talk to her. That's the only way to fix it. Just say that you're sorry and say that I won't do it ever again and that's it. Simple as that.
Well, thanks for giving me advice sir. I should apologize to Doris more better and see if we can make this up, and be more of a happy family again. Thank you. Bye.
No problem Boris. Goodbye, and come back anytime. Boss. I found the guy who was killing people at night. He just left my office just now. We need backup. Fast.
Great work my friend, you know exactly what you're doing. The police will be searching around the city to find him and take him down once and for all.
Yeah. And then he will be trapped and tortured to death.
Sir, we lost him. Our team couldn't find him. He got away. Sorry.
Damn it! We were so close. Okay, let's move on to Plan B.
And what is that, sir?
Well, for Plan B, we'll be putting posters around the city, putting them around social media, and most of all, the news. So, instead of all of us trying to find him, some people might recognize him. And they'll contact us if they know where he lives. All I want to know if, where does he live, where he came from. If he was from another country, or another town. I don't know for sure, but I need to know fast. And besides, if possible, he may be on a killing spree tonight, so we need to find him. Fast. We are not giving up and that is final. We never heard worse killers than this before.
I'm so sorry, sir. We looked everywhere, especially where Dr. Evans were. And he got away, we couldn't find him. We drove all over the town and every single small street.
Don't worry about that. We have loads of plans finding and catching the killer. And you two would possibly be dead by now when you're trying to find him. Seriously, you would be dead. And we need backup. Go back to your offices now, please. You've got work to do. Chop chop.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello. I'm home. Hello? That's strange. No one is here. Hey, what? What's this? A note? Dear Boris. This note in the living room was for you and I hope you are reading this and why no one is in this house right now. Sadly, I don't want to say this or had to do this, but here we go. I've left you, and I took away the kids from you. Wanna know why? Well, you're becoming a different person who's getting grumpier and grumpier every day, and it sounds like you don't know why you disappeared at night and making excuses such as sleepwalking. Boris, we've been married for years, and you've never been behaving like that to me before, and it sounds like you're lying. Since I can't get over the fact that you keep changing different reasons even when you don't know about it. I've been thinking that you have been staying in contact with someone who I don't know. I'm staying away at an hotel for a week until next Thursday. When I come back, you need to face the truth towards me. It starts now. Doris. P.S. I'm starting to lose your trust.
Mom, I don't like to stay here for a week. This place sucks.
I'm sorry, Kalo, but I was in a budget. And I had to find the right hotel to afford. And we're only staying at least a week. I think we can manage. At least we ain't in a hostel.
But I want to go home. I can't stay here long. It's so boring. Even Rosie is bored. The reason why we're here is because you and Dad had been falling out.
Yeah, I've never done this before, staying away from my husband. Even though we sometimes have some ups and downs, but this time went too far.
But why did you bring me and Rosie here? We want to go home. We don't like it here. It's so boring. The showers don't even work. The water is gross and it smells like poop in here.
Well, Kalo. First, you can't go back to our home now because I've made a choice and I'm your mother. 2. You're not older enough to make choices of where to live. And last, 3. It wouldn't be suitable for you to visit your father this week. He has got something wrong in his head. And I've wrote a note for him when he comes home, of where we are, the reasons why, and a deal that starts now, and we are coming back home next Thursday. That's the plan. Kalo.
But Mom, I've left my laptop over there. Can I please get it?
Like I said, no. I'm sorry, Kalo, but we need to do with what's best. At least you've got your phone and some clothes to wear.
Great, just great. I can't survive without my laptop, but I at least got my phone low. But still, I really want to get out of here. It's so boring and bad. Since it's not my bedtime yet, I'm going to bed because there's nothing else to do besides playing on my phone and eating my food.
Kalo. Don't make me raise my voice at you.
I can't believe Doris would do this to me. And took away the kids from me, and now I'm left here all alone by myself.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have a lot of fun tonight. Oh, poor Boris, who's upset because his wife left him and took away the kids. Well, that's how I wanted it to be, and I'm always going to ruin your life no matter what. Boris, I've always wanted you to die. After the years I was stuck into your mind and your soul, I can finally get my revenge, and I'm going to make you the most evil person that have ever got to be existed on Earth in the whole history. I'm going to make you a strong, smart, powerful killer ever. I am here to ruin your life, and making you get close to death as possible. And you can't stop me, because I'm strong and I can take control of your mind. I am your master, and your god. You have to obey all my commands. I'll be telling you what to do and you'll have to do it. Even if you don't want to. But that's how it works. I know you can't hear me, but I don't know why I'm wasting my time talking to you. It's because I really hate you so much. Now let the magic begin.
Jaden, please wake up. You are starting to be very annoying. Wake up, you idiot. Well, if you are going to ignore me, I'll be just walking home by myself, and I'm just leaving you here because you are ignoring me. Exactly. I'll be finishing the rest of my wine, and I'm off. Oh my god, what the heck is in my drink? I feel like I'm gonna...
Kalo and Rosie, are you having a great morning so far?
Yes, Mummy.
Yes, Mummy.
That's great.
I wonder how does Daddy?
Kalo, what did I just say?
Stop talking about Dad.
Yes. Correct.
But why, Mom?
Because I've fallen out with your father recently and it's hard to get over it. So please stop mentioning about your father. Trust me, he's fine.
Huh? Why am I sleeping like this? And why do I feel weak and very tired? I need to look at myself. What the heck? What happened to me? Why do I look more older and uglier? Oh no. I look so ugly and old. Why did I transform into this so quickly? I'm worried if my wife and kids will see this, and I'm scared to show my face around people. I'm unrecognizable. I think I'll just watch TV just to cheer me up.
Finally, the girl found her dog after 3 months of searching across Canada. Now this will be some shocking news for you people in the audience or at home. There's been a murderer on the loose in the city every night. He has killed many people every day. According to scientists and doctors, the killer killed 2 people last night at a beach somewhere. By injecting a guy with poison and pumping dangerous drugs into a girl's drink. So here's an image of the suspect. So if any one of you know this man and where he is, call the police as soon as possible. And please stay inside to keep safe too.
What? I'm a killer, but how? I didn't kill anybody, this cannot be true. Why? I swear I didn't kill anyone. I would never kill anyone. Why am I on TV? This is lies. How come is it me? I didn't do anything. Why? No, this can't be true. How should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Okay, Boris. Just calm down. That might be a person who looks just like you. Unless that's someone who wants to dress up as me. But how can I fix this? Should I change my image so I try to be unrecognizable as possible? Well, I have to start now quickly before if someone tries to break into my house. These clothes make me look like a nerd. Well, not actually. It's just the glasses. But I need to wear glasses so it makes my appearance look more different. Just relax, Boris. You did the right thing. No one would ever recognize you as the wrong killer. You are safe. Now be like your normal self as usual and have a good day.
Cool. We need to have a serious talk.
What?
You wouldn't believe everything of what I am going to say. I was just watching Greenland TV, but halfway through the show, the subject changed about a kill near our location.
Hang on a minute. When you said kill near our location, didn't you know that Dora was mentioning this a lot? That sounds very similar of what she mentioned.
Yes. Correct. That was the subject that Dora mentioned. And it got worse. Apparently 2 people at the beach were found dead and the investigation was claimed to be the same killer. I'm so sorry. Cole. The killer has been found, and it's someone who I have known for a very long time.
Oh, please don't cry. Please. Tell me. Who is it?
Okay, but it's very unbelievable. The name of the killer who was responsible for all of this. was Boris.
What? Boris? Our Boris? The one who is Doris's husband?
Yes, our Boris, Doris's husband.
Oh, that piece of won't get away with this. Quick! We need to call the police fast.
Hello, this is the local police station. You're talking. How can I help you?
There is a massive problem that needs to be dealt with. What I mean is, about the killer. Have you heard about this killer, at night, killing people, like scary movies?
Ah, yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, our team are still trying to find him every day, and by the way, you don't have to tell me if it's a guy or a lady who was doing this.
Well, of course I know that the killer is a guy. And I know him. I know who he is. I know his name.
What? You know him? Please tell me more. What's his name? Where does he live? And who does he live with?
Well, don't take this the wrong way, but we ain't that much to be friends. We have nothing in common, but the name of this guy is called Boris, but I don't know his surname. He lives in this small blue house, which is the only blue house in the whole bottom of the street. But I don't know his P.O. Box address because we don't communicate or socialize. And he lives with his wife by the name of Doris, and he has 2 kids, which is 1 son and 1 daughter by the name of Kau and Rosie. I'm worried if he's going to murder his wife and kids. I don't know why he's up to killing people, but he needs to be locked up, which he never will return.
Okay, thanks you for giving me all these details. I will be reporting this to our meeting, and possibly will find and catch him more easier when you told me all the information. Is there anything else you would like to say?
Yes, there's one more thing I would like to say.
And what is that, sir?
Please protect his wife and kids. Trust me, they are not evil. And I haven't got a clue if they know about that Boris is doing a killing rampage every night. His wife and kids moved out of his house because his wife and him fallen out, and now she's moved into a hotel apartment. Please help them as much as you and your team can.
No problem. We always help our customers. You know what? I'm actually going to talk to my boss, and hopefully this mission will be a success.
Thanks. Okay, so I leave it right there. If I find me details, I'll let you or one of your team know. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good day. Goodbye. Plan B. Plan B.
Dora, I never knew you had a makeup set when you don't wear makeup.
Shut up, Diego. I thought you promised not to laugh at my stuff when I invited you to my room.
Hey, what is going on here? And we are in shooting and laughing.
Diego keeps laughing at my makeup stuff.
But I can't help it. Dora keeps buying all of this, especially lipstick, which she never used in like 8 months.
Shut up. Both of you. I'm trying to relax on my bed listening to tropical music. No, both of you are very grown-ups. And as for you, Diego, don't pick on Dora's makeup.
Hey everyone.
Mom, why don't you look happy? Have you been crying?
Yes, I have. I was crying. I was crying for quite a while downstairs in the kitchen. And now, I came up here to tell you guys what seems to be the problem. It's more than just a problem, should I say. But we need a talk. There's something I have to put it out. Okay, I don't know how to start this, but here we go. Dora, you know when the other day you were talking about the killer in the park. Am I correct?
Yes, Mom.
Okay. That is the subject I would like to talk about, and that is why that one of you should never see or talk to him again. I am scared, and I'm scared if Doris, Rosie and Kailu are in danger.
Mom, I'm frightened that Kailu, my best friend, is going to get killed by his dad.
Don't worry. Dora, your father has phoned the police about Boris's killing spree. Hopefully he will be caught. And he will never bother anyone again. And your friend Kailu, his younger sister Rosie, and his mom are going to be fine. They separated with Boris last week, and they moved to a small hotel apartment in downtown.
But has Kailu, Rosie and his mom heard about that Boris is killing people?
Well, to be honest, I don't know. But they must need to know. I'm worried if they return back to home, which is where Boris is. I'm worried that if his family knows the secret behind him, he will start to killing his family. And I want that to be in safe and sound.
Stop right there. I just realized something. The word is that he was killing people, such as the park, and that guy in the other apartment. And in that time, he was with his wife and Kay and Rosie. But he didn't murder them when they were asleep, and I don't understand why he didn't kill them. Maybe it's because he didn't want them to know his hidden secret. That is really weird.
Hey. I didn't notice that. Thanks for pointing it out. I do agree, he probably didn't murder them in their sleep because he doesn't want them to know what he's up to.
Alright class, just to get your brains in gear before our money test. We will be doing a small practice starting from easiest to the hardest questions, and once I answer these questions, please put your hand up if you know the answer instead of calling out. Okay, alright, this is a simple question. Thomas went to the shop. He brought 2 chocolates. They were 25 cents each. And he had $1. How much change will he get with his $1? Yes, Leo?
It's 50 cents.
Correct. Leo.
Kaylu, come to my office, please.
Kaylo. Please go to the office.
Okay.
Kaylu, take a seat.
What? Am I in trouble?
No, Kaylu, you are not in trouble. I'm just going to have a serious talk with you. We never had a conversation like this one before, but I don't know where to start. Okay, let's start with some small things. Kaylu, you are staying at a hotel apartment with your mother and sister. Is that right?
Yes, why?
What do you mean why? Your dad is a killer.
Hey, what did you call my dad?
Kaylu, don't take this personal. I know how much your dad means to you, but you need to understand. Please. I'm not trying to be impolite to your father with all these comments.
Oh, you think that's okay if I could slide that across the side and called my dad a killer? Excuse me, but you can't just call someone that they are absolutely ain't one.
Kaylu, can't you see I'm trying to help you? What you are doing now is shouting and yelling at me. But you need to believe me. I know that the word killer doesn't describe as your father. But this is serious. And I can call the police over to have a meeting along with your mother and sister about your dad. As the matter of fact, if you still don't believe me, well, your mind will be blown by the police officers coming to see you and show you proof that your dad is wild and dangerous.
Nope. I don't still believe you.
Exactly. Would you think your own principal would ever lie to you? No. How many times do I have to say, I'm trying to help you? Get it? That's it. Staff room meeting. 6 o'clock. I want you to be there with your mother and sister, and the police and others will be involved too. Including me. And now I have no choice but to send you home early. Luckily you didn't get suspended for the disrespectful feedback you said to me, when I'm trying to help and saving your life. Now get your belongings, and go. Hello, Miss Martin. Sorry to bother the class, but Kaylu has been sent home. And I know he had to do some test or exam. Could you please plan it next week, please? And I'll talk about this when all the students go home. Kaylu is not in trouble if you wanted to know. He just needs to have time out. Okay. That's fine. Bye. Kaylu, why are you at home so early?
The principal sent me home early because I was being rude to her, but she was rude to me.
Kaylu, how could you do that? I'm now feeling disappointed.
But Mom, I ain't finished. I got sent to her office because she wanted to talk about my dad, and she called my dad too many names, such as killer.
What?
And at 6 o'clock, we have to go to a meeting at my school, and it's all about my dad, along with the police officers.
Oh my freaking god. Kaylu, what are you talking about? A school meeting with the police? Kaylu, that is bad. What have you done? Tell me. Tell me.
Mom, I've explained everything. I'm not in trouble. For some reason the principal brought it up and I don't get the point. She's been telling stories about Dad and how bad he is.
What on earth are you talking about? Why is your principal saying stuff like that to your dad? This all sounds like a joke, and if you say you are not in trouble but the police are coming over and we will have to be at your school at 6. If you dare lie to me, your phone will be taken off for a week. You know how much I don't want you to get into trouble at school. Nowadays, it's very hard to find schools and becoming a student somewhere. Kaylo, what have you done?
Mom, I said I wasn't in trouble.
Kaylu is right, Doris, he didn't do anything wrong. But we are here to have a serious meeting and we'll be asking one of you some questions about your husband.
Why?
What do you mean why? Your crazy psycho husband has been killing people like every day? Haven't you been watching the news or what?
Hey! You don't ever talk to my husband like that? Even though we have been falling out but he is still a nice man. He was being an idiot to me, and that's why I've left him. He is just dealing with a lot of stress at the moment. I don't know why his mood has changed from the last few days, and if I was you, shut up. And leave my husband alone. And stop describing my husband as a crazy psycho. He's just upset. The other day, we couldn't start arguing, which was, I believe it was Monday. At Sunday night, he disappeared for a few hours, and I was in shock. I've tried finding him just around I think 2 o'clock in the morning to find him. And I've looked everywhere in the house, and even the shed. And there was no sign of him, so then, I gave up and went to bed. I was panicking till I was asleep if he was kidnapped, went to someone's house without my permission or hiding a secret from me. Then, when it was morning, Boris appeared in my bed next to me fast asleep. And I was shocked and angry at the same time. And then, we argued a lot. For minutes, hours and days, then it kept going on and on and on every day. Until I couldn't handle with it anymore. So that's the reason why I took myself, Rosie and Kayla to a hotel apartment to stay.
Okay. Thanks for giving us information about what's happening in your relationship. Don't worry or panic, you are not in a dangerous situation here. We are here to see if you three are safe. I know we are coming to a point where it's very unbelievable, and it sounds like I got all of this up from a storybook. Meet my special guest behind me. This is Mr. Williamson. He is the owner of our city's police station. Can you introduce yourself to them, please?
Hello. I am Mr. Williamson. I've heard so much about Boris, what's he's doing, how many people he killed, and where.
For the last freaking time. My husband is not a killer. I know my husband would never do that. And if he was, I would be dead and so is my kids.
Doris. Calm down. We're so sorry. This is all true of what he's saying. And we have all the proof we can find that it's 100% your husband.
Yes, trust me, and us, he's very dangerous.
And we are all worried about you three. We're here to check if you are all safe. That's all.
And I don't even know why I'm here, when I don't even know much about this. Until I was only told a little bit of the story, but I have to do my job to take care of my students, and I've never heard anything bad as this when a student's parent is very well known as a dangerous criminal.
Listen, Doris, you are falling into his trap. Your husband is evil. And I brought some stuff in and some videos of footages from security cameras from hidden spots. And I can tell you now that you think I'm very stupid to identifying citizens. No. We are a best service and we find clues very quick from our clever hard-working team. Okay, just to get you to understand more easily. Come with me to another room. I will be showing you some footages from different dates that is proof that is definitely your husband. Let your kids stay here, because the footages I'm about to show you is quite graphic. Is that okay?
Fine. I'm alright with that.
Good. Come with me now. And everyone else stay here. And help Kairu and Rosie too.
Kairu, I'm scared and confused. What if this was all true?
I don't know. And I'm feeling the same too.
Go on then, do it. Prove it to me that he's a killer.
Stop it. Doris, I know how you feel about your husband, but not believing us wouldn't help. You know that you and your kids are the luckiest people to be alive.
Well, my husband is a killer. Then prove it to me.
That's enough. Doris, I'm trying to help you but all you're doing is yelling, shouting, and calling me names. You are now nearly putting me in a harder situation to make you understand. Listen. I know how much you love your husband Boris, trust, caring, funny, friendly, kind and more. I understand how having a perfect marriage with the love of your life can be just perfect for you and for him. But in this world, you just have to slide things to the sides, think straight, and make the right choices. But as for you, not in the offensive way. But you love Boris and its name is written all over your face. Boris, 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 Boris. But you and your kids here are invited here because your son's principal knows that Kailu has a dad called Boris, and she's heard all the rumors. There's nothing to worry about. I'm not here to be all naggy, rude, or criticizing you. I'm here and so are my team and the other are here to help.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I just got too paranoid. But I kinda still don't believe that it's true. Didn't you say you were going to show me something which were proof of Boris?
Yes. Of course. That's why I sent you here. And this here, it's my file of collections of Boris, with CDs, images, scans results, all data. Now I'm going to show you my first disc, and that was at the park.
Alright, hopefully Doris will be happy with me again since I got her some gifts she would like. When she comes back, I'll give her my biggest apologies for something which I don't even know. What should I say to her when I don't have a clue how to work this out? I'm thinking if she's going to end our marriage very soon if I can't explain. I don't know if I have to lie to my wife if it was true. Should I just say I was drunk at one of my friend's house? I don't know. Let's buy these flowers and I'll think another way. Excuse me, but do you sell any boxes of chocolates?
I'm sorry, sir. We used to have boxes of different selected chocolates but no one was buying them, that they went all stale. Is there anything else I could help you?
Nothing. Nothing else. Oh, my.
Sir, are you feeling okay?
No, it's nothing, bye.
Hey, come back here with those flowers.
Why, Boris, you idiot, you have been killing people, hiding a secret from me, you psycho. I can't believe I was married to a killer for nearly over 10 years. My life is ruined, my 10 years is ruined. What a cheating, killing, lying, evil, horrible, disgusting husband. I've never felt so bad as this in my whole entire life. I feel like a bad human being married to a killer and a liar. I can't believe all of this. I'm scared and I'm going to die. Right, I'm going to get my kids and I'm off. Bye.
Stop! Don't go anywhere, Doris, please. Come back. Oh my god. What have I done? I just made her very paranoid and upset. But she needed to face the truth behind Boris. I can imagine how difficult to hear a shocking secret behind Boris and being married for nearly 10 years. I feel sorry for her. And hopefully the kids will understand too. But the kids will be the same as Doris, scared and upset. But I have to do what I've got to do. I wonder what's going to happen next. I hope it's nothing what I think it is.
Hey? What just happened? Doris is running in terror in the school corridors, crying and screaming. Did you show the footages to her?
Yes, I've showed her some of the footages we got from Disc 1 and Disc 2. That's why she was behaving like a confused and emotional person. But it ain't her fault. It's mine.
How that's even your own fault? That isn't your fault. It's not Doris's fault either. It's no one's fault. You did the right thing. I know that you didn't mean to do that on purpose, of course. But she needs help. Look how stressed she really is now. She's at the front entrance at the school crying her eyes out.
Okay. Fair enough. But I have to talk to other people who know Boris very well. Maybe his parents. Is his parents alive?
I don't know if they still exist. But it would be worth it finding that out. But you can communicate to Doris when she feels better, then she will tell you.
But you don't know that. Look at her, she's really upset. I wouldn't think she can get over the fact that, for the hidden footages she saw of Boris.
Well, that is true, but there can be another way of how to find them if they are still alive. By talking to people or giving out a notice for everyone who knows Boris's parents.
That will be a great idea. I'll do that tomorrow, if possible, because I've got a meeting I have to go, so I would think the next or the following day. What about that?
Splendid. Please do something fast though. Because of Doris's problem. She might get ill of dealing with too much stress. Okay, but it's nice to meet you, Mr. Williamson.
Boris is such a... I cannot stop thinking about Boris. He thinks it's alright to put us all in danger, killing innocent people, making us all feel bad, and most of all, lie to us.
What's going to happen next, Mom? Are you going to divorce him?
Definitely yes, Kalo. I don't want a husband who is a fat stinking liar who secretly hides a secret from his family, especially his wife, me, to murder people in the dark. And I actually feel like a big disgraceful person for a wife. Because I was married to a secret serial killer. That I've choose the wrong man to be in a cute relationship with. It will make all of us feel like in big danger. I've got a feeling people will think I'm a serial killer too because I'm Boris's wife. I hope that's not going to happen.
But Mom, stop overreacting. What's going to happen next? You are the best mom ever. We love you, and if you were a bad one, we wouldn't be here with you by now.
I agree with Kalo. You are the best mom ever. And I love you so much.
Thank you, Rosie and Kalo. I love you too with all of my heart and the whole entire world. I don't know what to do when I'm dealing with a lot of stress. Oh, I need to tell your grandma and grandpa about Boris's behavior. I wonder if they heard everything Boris has done from this month, and maybe we can find out things which we didn't know about Boris. And maybe they'll tell us everything what on God's given earth is wrong with him. I'm going to ring them now. Hello? This is Doris speaking, and I want to speak to you. There is a huge problem that I hardly can't deal with at the moment, and so are my kids. Well, it's about Boris, my husband. Oh. So you know about this too? Well, that saves me from talking too much what's been happening in my life recently. If you don't mind, can I come over to your house with the kids? Okay, we'll be leaving the apartment now. Thanks. Bye. Thanks for letting us come over today. We really need to have some help.
No problem, Doris. We're here for all of you. And also, I knew you're gonna call me because of my son Boris. I know a fact that he has killed many people from the past few days. And me and my husband were in terrible shock. I still can't believe my son is turned from a normal happy human being to a dangerous serial killer.
We are so angry at our son. Doris, do you know why he's doing it for?
Absolutely not. I don't know. But it was so strange. A guy called Mr. Williamson, who is in charge of the police station, was showing all the footages of Boris to me, and they were disgusting and graphic to watch. I had to watch my husband stabbing, injecting, throwing and infecting people with different sorts of weapons and dangerous drugs. I couldn't believe my own eyes. It felt like a dream, but it wasn't. I was shouting and yelling at the meeting saying that Boris will never do such a thing, killing people at night. Right now, I feel very heartbroken. We had arguments before we moved out into an apartment of where we are staying currently now because I was sick and tired of Boris's excuses. I said to him, Boris, where have you been? Where did you go? I haven't seen you early in the morning. Which was still dark, and his response was, I don't know what you mean, I haven't got up in the morning, I was in bed the whole time. Unless I was sleepwalking, and I was like, that has got to be one of the worst excuses ever. Sleepwalking. If he was sleepwalking, how on earth did he escape the house? And I had to go and find him in all the rooms in the house and even our backyard. And there was no sign of him anywhere. And he would always let me know where he's going. And all night I was in bed, hardly gotten any sleep, because I was worried sick of where was Boris. And I first thought in my head that he would possibly went with another woman, but I was wrong. The truth has been the reveal of Boris's secret. And it was so mind-blowing that he didn't actually murder me and my kids when he was doing a killing spree, and that is the end of my story. That's what's been going on with my life recently with Boris. And I hate him so much for what he has done. I've wanted to divorce him so bad, but I'm angry and frightened at the same time of what's his reaction going to be like when I divorce him. He would kill me, Kaylo and Rosie. I don't want to be married to a sick man who kills people for no reason whatsoever. It's a good thing that he doesn't know where we are staying at.
Oh, poor you, Doris, and Kaylo and Rosie. I can imagine how difficult your lives have been when your father or a husband used to be very nice and calm, but nothing like himself now.
Don't worry, Doris, Kaylo and Rosie, you've got a lot of people on your side to help and protect you from Boris. Trust me, you all will be just fine. I hope our son Boris gets sent to a maximum security prison for the amount of people he killed and the things he was responsible for.
Doris, when you said he was making excuses, and one of them was sleepwalking. Speaking of sleepwalking, this happened years ago, which it was scary. There were many days that Boris was found sleepwalking in the house, and no, it wasn't fake, he wasn't acting, he was actually for real randomly sleepwalking quietly.
Oh my god. I've never knew Boris sleepwalks. But what has it got to do with Boris killing people?
Well, Doris, you see, some days way back in the future, that Boris was experiencing scary things. He will never stop watching horror movies. I don't know why he was obsessed with horror movies back then, and I've asked him a question at his room door, which was, why do you have a huge passion over scary movies? And his response was, I love to watch ghosts and spirits flying around attacking people, and being invincible. And he also said, he wants to be a ghost because it was fun. My serious response to him after that was, Boris, are you insane? Being ghosts ain't fun. And the first thought in my head that scared me that I thought my son would commit suicide. He always wanted to be a ghost. But he was only 16 back then. And it was insane for a young adult to say anything like that. Especially saying it in front of his mother. Me.
But hang on. Do you remember anything fishy or strange about Boris back then? Did you see anything strange of what he was up to after that, when he was only 16 years of age?
Yes. Yeah. I definitely knew the first time Boris did the creepiest thing ever in my house. Especially the first time seeing him sleepwalk. So back in the day, back in the 90s, Boris was feeling scared that he thought he saw a ghost. It was absolute nonsense to me, to be honest. I've never believed in ghosts ever.
You Mara.
Boris, what's the matter?
There's a ghost in my room staring at me.
Boris. What did I say about the other day when you were watching the Killer Clown movie? Once you saw that, you are just being a little sensitive if you saw one, or a ghost. I ain't got time for games. And I don't believe in ghosts. Ghosts ain't real.
But Mom, I saw one with my own eyes, near my window looking at me. I'm not blind or anything. There was one that looked exactly like me but all dark with glowing eyes.
Please. You've gotta believe me.
Fine. Show me.
What? It was just right there. It was just standing right there. That ghost looked just like me but all dark with wild glowing eyes with a creepy smile.
Boris, this all sounds like a joke. And you've now wasted a bit of my time with absolute nonsense of seeing a ghost in your own room while you're asleep after you finished college.
But Mom, please, you've gotta believe me on this one.
Quiet. I've had enough of your lies, Boris. You've been watching too many scary and horror movies which made your brain fall into tricks, thinking you can see creepy things.
But Mom, I'm not kidding. I swear I've saw one and it was dark standing here. Then I woke up feeling
Stop
scared.
it! I had enough of your games. I ain't got time for your games. Stop yelling at me and go to bed now, and I'll tell your father when he gets home from work about your behavior.
And after we had that huge argument, and I told him to go to bed, he starts crying and crying until he falls asleep. When he didn't change his clothes into his gym jams, and didn't put himself under the bed sheets. Later, at night, suddenly, I heard a creepy feeling about Boris, the other night.
No,
Oh my god. Boris, what the heck are you doing? Boris. Can you hear me? This is your mother speaking. Please respond to me. Are you okay?
Huh? Am I still in a dream?
Oh my, Boris, you've nearly made me call the ambulance. Anyways, why did you walk into a table with my own special coffee on there? What is wrong with you? Have you been secretly drinking? Huh?
Mummy, I don't know what am I doing here. I've just had the scariest nightmare of my life, and I was probably sleepwalking if I was really walking from down here with my eyes closed.
Boris, don't start this argument again. Hey! Hang on. You were actually asleep while walking. Is this a game, son? Are you setting up a prank on me to creep me out by watching you acting like that? Tell me the truth.
Mummy, I think I was. I haven't got a clue how I managed to come down here by myself. I feel like someone was taking control of my mind, and telling me what to do while I'm asleep. I had the scariest dream ever. There was an evil version of me, talking to me through a dark room. He said towards me, "Do you want to play a game?" while grinning and scheming. And that thing that looked like me looked like the one I saw in my room staring at me while taking a nap. Trust me, mother. I know you think I'm a huge fat liar of a son, but I seriously need help. I'm so scared. I'm scared to go back to sleep. I'm scared to see the other side of me, taking control of my body.
Boris. I'm so sorry. The way you feel now, and if you believe that there was a ghost you saw when you woke up. We'll need to have help if we do have a ghost living in our home. You can stay in my bedroom for the night if you like. And I'll tell your dad when he comes back from work of what is going on from the last few hours of this late evening.
I kind of felt bad the way I was behaving towards him, shouting and yelling for a reason I have got nothing to do about, and not knowing the fact if he was telling the truth or not. And it's my fault for not believing my son that he thinks he saw a ghost, when I don't believe in ghosts. But I didn't like when he feels so emotional and worried in front of me. I felt like I was helping a little boy who is lost into feeling and terror. I'm so sorry, Doris, but I think I'll just end it here, and excuse me while I'm going to have a break outside my garden, because I'm starting to feel emotional after about this story.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, I think it's time for you three to leave. Thank you all so much for coming about this Boris situation. Hopefully you'll be alright, and remember, many people are by your sides.
Thank you ever so much. We really still do need a lot of help, and I still never want to see my ex-husband ever again, and it feels so strange to becoming a single parent. Thank you to inviting us over and having this big chat, and Kaylo needs to get ready for school tomorrow. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
But officers, you got to believe me. I needed those flowers for my wife. And I'm poor and I had to do it.
I don't care. You should know that shoplifting is not the right thing. And so what if you're poor? It doesn't mean you should steal something when you can't afford it.
I know, sir. But I'm not feeling great today. I feel so miserable and depressed. Because my wife and I have fallen out because of the argument we had. She also took away the kids from me, which makes me even more miserable.
I see. It's probably because your wife ran away from you from the kids is because you are not a very nice father. And you probably scared off your wife. You people make me sick. Really. Sick.
Hey, lady, that's not true. I'm a kind and innocent man. And as for you, lady officer, stop it with your lies. You don't know me, nor my wife, nor my kids, and nor my family. And if I was you, shut up. And don't say one more word to me. Ever.
Hello. Wake up, please. Wake up. Wake up, please. Wake up. Hello. Wake up.
Hey, where am I? What am I doing here? Who are you, and what do you want?
Alright, first of all, my name is Mr. Gary, and you are in the police station's interrogation room, and I am here to get to know you of who you are. It's quite simple.
It's simple. Are you serious? This room looks like a torture room. All I did was trying to get away with the flowers, but I accidentally dropped them through the front entrance, but I didn't manage to get my flowers when I was rushing out of the store. Basically, I was shoplifting. I want to get out. Please let me out. I've learned something new today to not ever shoplift. Please.
Listen. You are not leaving this room until I ask you some questions. And I'll tell you when to leave. That's the deal.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. Tell me about yourself then.
Okay. All right. Sir, my name is Boris. I'm 38 years old. I am married. I have 2 children. I don't work. My previous job was repairing cars, until we were losing trade, and then it was closed down.
All right. That's all I want to hear from you for that. Now, tell me, why did you shoplifted flowers at a store? And you better be telling the real truth of the story.
Well, here's the truth. The reason why I was trying to steal flowers was because I was on a budget, and I was poor because, let's get into the point. Currently right now, I'm dealing with really bad depression. Because recently, my wife left me because of, according to her, that I was missing at night and I wasn't in bed early in the morning. And I didn't understand what she was talking about. And then I was like, what do you mean, Doris? And she was like, where have you been, Boris? Why didn't you tell me where you were going? And then the arguing was continuing and continuing all day, the next day, and the next day. And it doing my head in. And she was being so angry and annoyed at me when she wanted to talk to me or if I wanted to talk to her. And I felt like our marriage is ripping apart. And I was concerned if she was going to split me up or ran off somewhere. But then the day came across that, yes, she did ran off somewhere, but not by herself, but with my kids, Kaylu and Rosie. And I was left all alone in the house, feeling so paranoid and upset. If I could see my wife again, especially my kids, who I've brought into the world. And I love them all. So much. So freaking much, to the moon and back. Also, through the last few days, since I was dealing with so much stress, I looked at the mirror in the morning that I looked like a 55-year-old man. And I looked so ugly that I needed to hide my face, but not like hiding my whole entire face. But I just added my reading glasses, and my winter hat. And I'm still stressed out what has been going on recently. And that is the story. Sir.
Oh no. That's terrible. So terrible. I'm sorry to hear all of that. Just give me a minute. Hey. I feel bad for the guy. But what should we do? Should we keep him in or not?
Are you kidding me? That is Boris. The Boris I was talking about yesterday. The psycho, killing people. Remember?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my. I remember. That was the guy who killed the girl at the park, the 2 people at the beach, and others too. Oh my god. How didn't I notice that? So all along, I was talking to a psycho. You know what? You're coming with me, and I'll get the guards to throw him into a cell. We are not letting him get away from this. The neighborhood is in danger because of him, and we need to save it. This is our only chance we can catch him. We have a spare cell, which has a lot of securities, which are impossible to break or to go past. Are you with me?
Sure, I am. Let's go now. Quick.
Oh my. When is he coming back? I think I've been waiting for him for over 20 minutes. What is he up to? I hope he doesn't know me, of where I'm from.
Well, actually, I do. Boris, you are under arrest. Which you do know obviously why. You are seriously dead now, and there is no way to escape. You're trapped.
No please sir, you gotta understand what has been happening to me lately.
I'm honestly ignoring you. I don't want to talk to you for all the lies you're bringing up. You are not going to make me or all of us change our minds of what should we do with you.
What? Why is Dr. Evans here? How could you betray me, man?
Well, I was secretly not a therapist. And I knew if that was actually you, especially with all of the posters and pictures we putted around the city that looked just like you. And this time, we finally found you. By me and my team. Did you know how much damage you've caused, and how chaotic the city had become because of your killing spree? Humongous. Our city is one of the most nicest and cleanest environments in the whole wide world, which 95% of everyone in the population here are classed as innocent or normal people.
How would you even know if anyone was—
Shut up! And we never had any psychos in this environment from the last 3 years, but now, today, 3 years later, we came across to another psychopath. Which is you. Mr. Boris.
Please everyone, this is a misunderstanding, couldn't you—
Silence! We had enough of your lies and excuses. You have the remain to be silent at all times, and we'll tell you when you ever want to speak, and you'll come to meet yourself.
Please. You gotta believe me, this is a huge misunderstanding here.
And that is why caves are dark and dangerous. Many things about this cave has dark secrets.
Cole. Can you please get the door?
I'm coming.
Oh hello, can I please come in? My name is Mr. Paul, and I was the person you were speaking to through the phone, the other day, about the Boris situation, is that correct?
Yes, that's me. Come right in. Thanks for coming in, sir. My name is Cole Marquez. So, what brought you here? Is there any good news?
Yes, I am definitely here to tell you about Boris, and yes, there is some good news which is hard to believe, but Boris was arrested yesterday due to shoplifting. But that wasn't the main point of why he was arrested. One of the people in our team were asking him questions, such as why did you shoplift, who are you, and etc. And the part when he mentioned his name and details, he was caught, and locked up straight away.
Good to hear. You know that I'm glad our town is safe and sound. Without him, the world will be a happy place, but not everywhere, but here.
It sure will be, but look on the bright side, he is locked up now. He's behind our many unstoppable bars.
Cole, who's this?
Hi there, my name's Mr. Paul, and I'm a office worker. I'm the person who Cole was speaking to through the phone about the Boris situation, and I'm here to give him great news.
Oh, okay. By the way, my name's Elena. Aren't you our office worker from our local police station, are you?
Yes, I am. And news for you that Boris was arrested during shoplifting, but I'll talk to you after I am talking to your husband, because this story is kinda long.
Great. That's good. But you should do me a favor.
And what is that?
Please speak to Doris on the phone, which is Boris's husband. Recently she's been very emotional and devastated when she knew Boris was doing a killing spree every night. And please. She needs help. A lot of help. She can't stop thinking about him every day. Same goes with her 2 kids. You should speak to her through the phone. On our house phone.
Well, if she's so devastated and miserable about Boris, well, I should speak to her right now. This is an emergency. She needs to know where is her husband, and the story. Can you please give me your phone?
Yep.
Hello, Elena?
Sorry, this is not Elena. This is Mr. Paul. You are speaking to an office worker from your local police station, and I'm here to tell you something, and that is great news.
Okay, cool. What is it?
Well, yesterday, Boris was arrested, due to shoplifting, but that wasn't the main point of why he was arrested, but he was given questions about himself, and why he shoplifted. And when he mentioned his name, and about himself, and that was the part, he went straight away behind bars. He's actually put in one of our unbreakable and strongest cells ever. What is your response to this, Doris?
Well, I don't know what to say. That's great. You know how much I really want him to stay away from me and the kids, and especially my life. Thanks for your help. I have no words of how much to thank you and your team. I'm glad he's in a better place, where he wouldn't bother me and my kids' lives ever again. But hang on a second, how long is he going to stay in a cell then?
Well, to be honest, I haven't got a clue, and I don't think it's been planned yet. He's going to stay in that cell until it's the day it's caught, and we'll find out. Is that okay?
I guess that's fine to me. Is there anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you, Doris.
Okay, thanks for calling me. Bye.
Ugh, this is so bad. What am I supposed to do here? I can't stand here and being treated this way. It's like that I'm in a zoo.
You know that I can't hear you all the way from here. You better keep your mouth shut if I was you.
What do you mean by keeping my mouth shut? I can talk whenever I want to. And why are you interfering what I'm doing? Haven't you got other things to do, besides watching me being all stressed out?
Well, actually I got something to do. I can watch you all day, all night, especially when you're sleeping. Or answering back to me. You'll only eat non-cooked potatoes tomorrow, all day with nothing else and nothing to drink.
Well, I think I can manage by eating only non-cooked potatoes tomorrow without anything else to eat or drink. Since you're annoying and bothering me, I think he will just go to bed early. Jeez, can I even get any privacy in this cell?
Through the phone Anne told me everything what's been happening, which is good. That means we don't have to worry about him anymore. What do you say about that? Isn't that great?
Mom, I don't know about that, even though he did the wrong thing, murdering people through the dark, but I still love him. I know that sounds unusual for my answer, but he's still our daddy.
I have to agree with everything what Kate just said. I still love him too.
Well, if you both still love him, that's fine to me. But I want you two to stay away from your dangerous father. You, me. We wouldn't know what's his missions, and we could possibly be killed. Does that make sense to you both? I'm trying to protect you, and it's very hard for a person like me to be a single parent. A single parent that is the only one who has to take responsibility to look after her two beautiful children. Do you both understand my feelings? My feelings are currently in pain.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Well, we meet again, Boris. You are trapped and wired against this wall. And there is no way to escape, or stop me, once again.
Huh? What was that? Who are you? Why do you look like me? And where am I? Is this real life?
Oh, welcome back, Boris. You've now fallen into my trap. You are not in the real world, you are in a dream, a real dream.
Who are you? Why do you look like me? What do you want from me? And get me out now.
Well, Boris, don't you remember me? When you were a kid. I'm that guy in the shadow you saw that scared you when you woke up. And my name is, actually, Boris too. I don't have any other names to call myself, because I never had a name, so I called myself Boris, because I wanna be like you. And I wanted to be like you. But I ain't human.
Oh, I remember you. You were that crazy freak that was watching me. And you're so ugly that your face looks horrific. You look like you were in a car accident. Anyways, what do you want from me?
Oh, what I want from you. All I want is your body. I always like to have a human's body. I want to have a life like yours. I have the same interests as you. And I love your family. In fact, I never want to kill your family. All I want is you to die, so I could replace you. But I don't want to commit suicide. I want to have some fun killing random people. My friend, sometimes, you just have to let things go. And you can't have anything you want in life. But for me, I've waited for this for over 30 years, and I've got what I wanted.
Oh, so you're the one who's responsible for getting me arrested and all of that? Did you seriously made me kill people in the dark every night while I was sleeping? Are you serious? You made me become a horrible man. No wonder why my wife left me and took the kids away from me. Get out of my life and leave me alone. Look what you have done to me. You've made my life into a huge disaster.
Oh look. Someone's being stressy because he misses his wife and kids. Boo-hoo. What a shame. At least I don't wanna go near ever again because you're known as a dangerous man.
God, I hate you so much. I hope you die in hell. For what you done to me, you freak.
Repeat that again. And I'll make you stab and cut your body. Now silence. Okay, I don't know why I wasted my time talking to some loser. I'm off to do my job again. You know what I mean. Have fun, Boris. Stuck here all alone, and trapped.
Oh no. Not again. I got a really bad feeling about this. I'm so going to be dead. What should I do? How can I escape? This place is really creepy and dark. Ouch. That hurt. There must be something around here that can give me clues about that creep. But this place is so blank that I'm completely confused where I am going. Hang on, I can see a bit of land further into the distance. It looks like a forest. Well, that might have been where he came from, or maybe he lives there. Alright, this place is so disturbing, and quiet, but there's a building here. I wonder what's inside. Well, I would think that idiot lives here because I would possibly think that he owns this place, and there's no one else here besides him. But I'm just going to have a little peek. I might be wrong, who knows? Oh man, this place is dark. Where is the light switch? I want to see where am I going. Oh, I think that is the light switch. Oh wow, this place looks cool. I believe this is the lab. This must be the lab where the fake me tries to do experiments. What even is this? It all seems very dangerous to touch. I don't what could happen if I played any of these buttons and things. My mission is to erase that evil fake me. Let's see if there is any clues I can find out about him. There should be a way of how to stop him.
Hello, is somebody there? Whoever you are, I know that you are here. Come to the open door in front of you.
Wherever that voice came from, I'm Boris, the real Boris. I'm on a mission to stop the bad Boris by taking control of my body. He has made me put in rough positions. I'm here trying to find any clues or ways to stop him once and for all, before anything else that could happen to my real body. When he's responsible for all of his actions, and I'm going to prove to the world that I'm possessed. He made me kill people while I was fast asleep. He made me got arrested. He made my wife disown me, and she took away the kids from me, and now it's nearly the end of my life. Whoever you are, show yourself. Now.
I'm over here. Boris, is that really you?
Huh? Another person in this world? Who are you?
I'm Boris.
No, I'm Boris.
We're both Borises. I'm the positive side of you. Just relax and take a chill pill.
Oops. My bad. I just get too annoyed when someone tries to copy my name and style. So why are you locked up then?
Boris, I fell into your negative side of Boris's trap. By trying to remove dead trees and plants, until I fell into negative Boris's hole, and then had a very bad concussion, and then negative Boris threw me into this cell, and started treating me like a pet hamster. And he tried breaking into my spells, but hate to say, my spells were fading away. That I was weak. I haven't eaten anything from the last 5 days. The food he gives me is grass, mud, twigs, sticks, disgusting dead insects, and then I decided to starve myself. But guess what? You're here, you can save me, we can work as a team to stop your negative side, taking control of your body and doing crazy stuff to you, like no.
Should I really trust you? You know, that, I have trust issues.
Boris, I would never do such a thing. I'm the positive side, I'm the opposite of negative. If you release me, I will help you. And I will take him down with my special techniques. Come on, Boris. What would you say? I will be on your side. I'll promise to you deep down my guts I will help you to defeat him.
Okay, sure. How can I unlock you?
You see the red button behind you? I want you to press it. You've forgotten to cover that button, and this cell is a mini button on the side of this corner of the cell that closes. So if you see a red button on the table behind you, press it.
Oh yes, I see it.
Hurry, I'm free.
Alright, I'm now glad you're out. Can you please tell me any sorts of weaknesses for the bad side of me? Do you know anything that could stop him, or kill him?
Well, I know a lot about his weaknesses. He doesn't like the cross, because he's Antichrist. And when he sees a cross, he gets scared and runs away, and then he turns very pale. And he hates garlic. Garlic are the worst things that affects the negative Boris. Come on, follow me. I'll help you. I know where to go.
This is just terrible. I'm so bored. I have no weapons, drugs, or anything. What can I do? I don't want to disable the body and wait for another day. I want something to do, and I can't just talk, because I sound nothing like Boris, and the guards are over there, and they could hear me if I tried speaking. I'll get exposed that I ain't the real Boris. This sucks.
Shut up in there. I'm not just going to walk around circles hearing you sulking and moaning, because it's your own fault.
No you don't. I can say whatever I want. Oh no, what have I done?
Hey, why do you sound so different? You sound nothing like what you used to sound at the interrogation room earlier. Hang on a second, I see something suspicious. What the heck? Your eyes are red. That is not normal. What am I seeing? That is so sketchy.
Oh no, what have I done? I accidentally started talking, and the guard saw that my eyes are red. I got a really bad feeling about this. I'm so doomed. I'm such an idiot.
Do you actually know where we are going? It looks like we've been walking everywhere in circles for ages.
Yes, Boris. This place is like a maze, but anyways, we are here already. And I am not kidding, I'm just behind what we are looking for.
And what is that?
This pile of dirt here. Basically, I remember the negative side of you was actually talking to himself in his lab. And I heard him mentioning this part of his land here.
Wow, you must be clever at being nosy then.
Well yes, Boris, if I wasn't a nosy person after all, I would be confused of where to go and stop him. Sometimes being nosy does help, because look, I've a little round nose. See? Also, just to get me a little bit more, I don't really take jokes as much. I'm sorry, but since I've been dealing with all of that stress while stuck in that cell in the lab, I just don't feel like myself that much now. But sooner, if I feel more better, feel more happy and eat real food, I feel like my real self again. Don't worry, it's not your fault.
Oh, I see. I understand what you've been through while being trapped at his place. I would feel the same thing if I was you, by not eating proper food for days and just feel so stressed out. I can imagine. So then, why is this bit or dirt our thing to find through our mission to escape? This sounds really dumb, but what is so special about this pile of dirt behind you? Why would he mention about something like this? This is ridiculous. I'm really confused.
Well, Boris, we'll find out, even if it's a very dumb idea, but sometimes dumb ideas sometimes come to good ideas. Boris, do you want your body back, and be happier again, or not?
Yes, I do. Okay, fine, it's all up to you, but I just don't understand why.
Then what are we waiting for? We need to get out of this place until it's daylight morning, in your real world. And that means your evil side would found out that I've escaped, and this is possibly your own chance that we can do this together, because anything major bad happens to us. And once we are screwed, we could be ending up dead in this world. And you will not return to the real world, which I mean by, you will never come back to your body ever again, and you'll be dead in your mind. And while your evil side will take over your body, until the day you will die, whenever. We can help together, but you need to stop overreacting over small things. You're basically putting yourself and I in an awkward position if you keep carrying on being like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm dreadfully sorry. I'm just being too sensitive and paranoid because I really want this problem to be stopped. He has went over the line for the amount of damages and trouble I've been put through, and I'm and you are going to get our revenges.
Boris, look, there is a huge hole down there, and it looks like you can actually walk down there, and I see some stairs and a small passage.
Well, why are we just sitting and looking into a blank big hole? We're on a mission. Like what we were just discussing about. Come on.
Dr. Evans, we have a huge problem, and it must be very hard to believe with my own eyes, with what I just saw.
What? Tell me, what is it?
Boris kept talking to himself, and then I told him to shut up, and then he didn't do my command, and started yelling. And when I knew something was fishy about him, his voice changed into a deep sort of voice, which was never how he sounded. But that wasn't the only thing odd. His eyes turned bright red. Nearly his whole pupils of his eyes turned red. And that isn't normal. That's a sign that someone is possessed. You can also tell that someone is possessed that they never sound like their real selves. Please, what should we do?
Wow. That is so hard to believe. Do you really think that his voice sounds different and has red in his eyes? Excuse me, but I don't believe in people being possessed because I just don't know really. And it sounds like you've been watching too many horror movies, man. Stop messing around. You know that you could be out of this job if you keep carrying on.
I have not been watching scary movies or imagining things. I'm being serious. I'll prove it to you. Come with me.
Okay, geez. But this is a big deal. If I don't see anything suspicious about Boris either, if it's his voice or his eyes, you'll be out of this job of no matter whatsoever, and now, you're putting yourself at risk. Do you understand that we want big tough bodyguards in this place? Okay, anyways, now, show me where is Boris.
Okay, this looks like a huge underground cave, but what are we supposed to be doing here? This place doesn't seem to be very special, but it's kinda cool to see the secret room.
Well, actually, there is something that I can see, over there. Look.
Boris, I have no idea why I didn't see that thing over there, but that must be something what we're looking for.
Be careful. It might be a trap. Who knows?
Don't worry, Boris. I know what I'm doing. If this was a trap, I can activate my ability easily to fight off the negatives. This chest must be something that we were looking for all along. I wonder what's going to be inside. Hopefully there's anything got to do with your bad side. Now stand back for me.
But what happens if there was?
What is that?
What? What's in there?
I have no idea. What is this? But it looks so old and fallen apart. It looks like this chest is its broken up book which has been forever been forgotten about, I guess. I don't know if I wanna look inside. It might be a trap. It might be cursed. But we need to find out what's in this book, the evil side's data and stuff in there. This could give us some help.
Okay, I'll just stand back if something did.
Do what you want, Boris, but if something did happen, such as imagining whatever could pop out of this book, I can disable the book's spell. Boris, 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 life. Boris, 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 justice. Boris, 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 blood. Boris, 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 heart. Boris, 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 soul. Boris, 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 death.
Wait, I see more. Look, down there. What does it say?
Sirob manatee to Rashania Ferhanailogo.
Uh-oh. I think I got a bad feeling about this.
Nah, there's no such thing as a bad thing. I think we just have a stomach crack, that's all.
I can feel someone has broken into my path. You will pay for it for breaking into my chest.
Go, get out.
What's happening?
I don't know. I think it's because I've read the text. Come on, follow me, let's get out of here and take the book.
Who dares to break into my chest and read the book? You can run but you can't hide. But when I find you, you will be slaughtered to death until your bones turn into sand.
Okay, so we nearly died in there, but we got the book thing. What next? Do you even know how you could help me come back to the real world or not?
Boris, just be patient. Not everything can be so instant. I wish it was though, to be fair.
Oh, so we are not definite if I could get my real body back and stop the evil side of me controlling my body. Well, that is just great. So it looks like he will be stuck in this haunted place forever then. While I'm suffering like this, I am so not giving up until he tests his own medicine. You watch, I can tear him into bits. I will rip his head off and crush his skull into ashes and dust. And burn his body into the lava pit until his skin and guts get smolted and melted.
Boris, now you are just overreacting. There is one way I know for sure that you will be able to enter to your real body, but if I was you, no offense, stop yelling towards my face. I promise to you deep down into my guts that you will find a way for sure to get out.
Alright, fine, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I do lose my anger management quite easily, but it is true. So what's so special about the book then? I swear you read the last few words until of a sudden earthquake in the hidden cave after you finished that sentence. Don't you think that the book is related to this world and affects it when you read the few sentences, or paragraphs, or text?
Speaking of that, Boris, that does sound very familiar because it was fine when we went in there, and then we discovered the chest, and found a book. And then I was just curious what was inside. The pages were torn, blank, smudged, dirty, and damp. And then I came across to some bits of text which that page was more clean but very clear writing, that had your name appeared in every sentence or bit of writing. It kinda sounds like somebody summoning a demon, or reading the Holy Bible, but no, this sounds so fishy that I think he seriously hates you. Well, of course I know that, but he really sure does hate you. He hates you more than anything. You can tell by what's been written in the book. But, for now, I will take care of this ugly looking very unfamiliar book with me. Because, I guess that's what we were looking for.
The book that gives me the creeps. That could have been his secret diary, or, if he's trying to, make magical powers, or, summoning a creature, a demon, I don't know. I have so many questions. I don't really get the point of the meaning of this. I am so speechless with this situation, and of what happened down in the cave, which we managed to survive by the falling rocks and an earthquake. All I want is to go back into my real world and trying to fix things the other way round. I really doubt that's going to happen, when I'm well known as Boris the serial killer.
Alright Boris, time's ticking. We can't just stay here and chat. We're on a mission, a dangerous mission, and we need to find out more about him by exploring this land.
But, what about the cave?
Forget about the cave, we got what we needed and that's it. Now, we're moving on now, let's go back to his home, and see if there's anything we could find or spot in the rooms.
I was actually looking around here ago if you were wondering. I've seen everything.
Oh shut up Boris. Being annoying isn't going to help me. Let me have a chance to look around the room. Thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'll keep those comments to myself. Come on man, I know you're looking around the room, seeing if there's anything out of normal, but you're walking around this room for like 21 times. Shouldn't we move now? Because I'm so bored, I'm not very patient, and if you didn't see anything fishy around those times walking around the room, let's go somewhere else. Come on.
Boris, what did I say ago? Moaning and being annoying isn't going to help me focus or help, if you don't shut your mouth, unless it's not a silly comment or question you may ask.
Alright gosh, sorry, I just can't stop. I just can't help it. I'm sorry that I'm just nagging and repeating myself. It's just because time is ticking.
How many times do I have say this? Boris, just please, don't feel bad about yourself. You know that I'm a part of you. Remember that. We're working as a team, together, me and you.
Okay, I get it now. You can do what you want now. I'll keep my mouth shut while you're concentrating.
Well, thanks. Well, I don't want to say this, but I think this investigation in this room seems to be nothing there. There isn't much in here, so it seems like we have to investigate somewhere else.
What? No. This can't be. The book is taken, my everything, my world, my mind, my soul, is taken. Whoever dares to break into my ancient precious chest, and stole the loyal book of my soul. Boris. It was Boris. He shall pay and give back the book to me. I'll find you, and I will shred you into ashes, and then I will throw you to the lava pit so you will peacefully die and dissolve more quicker. Also, you ain't going to live any longer to your own world, and this world. So this is the last time I would ever see your disgusting face ever. And now, I will find you, Boris. And I will find the book and put it back where it belongs.
Mum, you need to see this.
Hang on a second, Kalo. I'm just washing up the dishes from yesterday.
But Mum, you have to see this now. It's about the prison with Dad and it's on the news. Come here.
Wait, what? I'm coming.
Breaking news. Something very shocking happened at this prison behind me. There was a mini storm of a tornado that spun inside the cell. But it wasn't such a common tornado. It was a mini tornado that appeared when someone fainted. People and investigators find it out that it's normally the sign of someone being so possessed by a demon who whatsoever. And the scene where the tornado appeared was caught on the prison's security cameras to show the proof of how it happened, and then it appeared out of the person's body. And this person, who is a prisoner, of course everyone pretty much knows about this maniac, by the name of Boris. The one who recently did a killing spree all over town in the night. For the last few days of Boris trapped in his own cell, Boris was acting very suspicious, and I really mean suspicious. He has behaving weirdly in his cell during night times, but he acts normally fine during mornings and afternoons and evening. But not during night late times. The police officers were saying that he looked super creepy during the night. According to the other police officers that, Boris's eyes turned red, his voice was changed to some weird creepy guy which sounded like a creepy old hillbilly, and he was out of control with his emotions, such as he keeps laughing to himself, gets aggressive easily, and gives threats and make comments to the officers. But now, Boris is still fainted and not waking up in his cell. Along with guards with ammo, there are also 5 priests in there with him, and other guards of the prison. So just to get everyone straight the subject before we move on to another news report. Boris might be possessed by a demon, who could have taken control of his body and his mind. And this isn't the final report of the Boris situation. There will be more coming up news on other days to catch up with the news of Boris. So stay tuned.
Oh, it's you. I think I know why you're here, know what you're going to say, but I've already known about it anyways.
So wait, hang on, you know about it?
Yes, I saw it on the news. Also, I've contacted the place where Boris was at, and they gave me all the information. The information that I collected from the phone call, and the news reporter, that apparently Boris might be possessed.
Oh. So you already know about this then? Well, at least I'm a bit less worried now, since you already know, because if you really didn't know what was happening now, which was on the news and that, I wouldn't even know how to explain this story up, because it sounds like I've been reading too many scary stories, or watching too many scary films, which are hard to believe, and tell them to people, but mostly stories like this, people would think that I'm being crazy or something. But at least you know the story and I do.
Okay, no worries, Doris. But how are your kids, Caillou and Rosie? Do they know about what's happening to their father?
Yes. Unfortunately, the both are actually quite emotional about their father's behaviors and the fact that he's locked up somewhere. That makes the kids even more upset. But don't worry, they are safe with me. I'm giving so much care for Caillou and Rosie, even that I'm a single mother now. It is very stress-taking for me that I've broke up with Boris recently, and doing things on my own to give company to my kids, when their father isn't around. Where's your wife?
Oh, unfortunately, she's in bed. She's not very well. She actually cried herself to sleep last night. Because of the news, and the phone call. Then she went out of control, all upset and screamy, and ran to our bed crying.
Oh my gosh. That's terrible. You know what? What about I just leave now and just leave you two some space about the situation of Boris, and then you can call when you both are okay.
Oh, okay, but thanks for coming over, Doris. It was nice seeing you. And hopefully something good comes along soon. We are all just worried if it would be the end of Boris, but anyways, goodbye.
Yes, same here for us. Anyways, goodbye.
Oh my gosh. She's not even contacting me through the messaging app. What's happened to her? She always responds to me in like less than 15 seconds. But now, she hasn't even responded my messages, which was sent hours ago. I want to warn her about what I saw on the news about Boris. She needs to know this. And how come she isn't responding to my messages? Where is she gone? I hope she's okay. I hope that she isn't missing or kidnapped or anything. Oh dear, I'm so worried to death now.
I can hear you raising your voice from our living room. What's wrong now?
Cole, I'm worried about Doris right now, as for not responding to my messages and my phone calls as usual. I want to talk to her about her husband and how she's getting on.
I suggest that you stop constantly texting, messaging or phone calling her. She probably doesn't like to be harassed from other people, so she needs a break. Basically, what I meant. Especially when their loved ones are sent away for doing bad things, you know? That's what I think she's actually doing.
Oh Cole, I wouldn't know what to say to you, because you make things a lot of sense to me, as if I was getting too carried away in a situation. You always help and give me advice, which I always appreciate you for, but for this moment, Cole, I am constantly worried about Doris now. I got a feeling if she was kidnapped or killed. I know that's extreme to say.
Elena, please don't picture that in your mind. To be honest, Doris and the kids are protected by the police and agents. And who do you think would kill Doris and her children? No one. Boris is stuck in a cell and probably doesn't know where. If I was you now, stop worrying about her and just continuing living in your own life.
Well, yeah. I am probably getting too carried away over Doris. She should be fine. I should just give her a week and see how it goes. Thanks, Cole. I feel more relieved. Thanks.
Alright then, Boris, I think there is no time to look around this creepy forest, because I don't see anything good to give us clues of how to escape this evil world. Fact, I don't think we have a lot of time left. By the time we keep looking around with too much time, we might possibly be too late to figure out how to escape here.
Don't worry, I haven't lost my mind. I am keeping on track of the time. It's just that, I'm just being a little too sensitive around the place if I see anything suspicious, but to be honest, everything here is very suspicious and creepy at the same time. So, I don't see why not we have to hurry for There could be a secret, like on the ground, or the trees, or something. Do you get what I mean now?
Yes, I totally understand you. But sometimes doing good things can end up doing bad things, you know. This is very cliffhanging, Boris, and we do not want to go to the wrong track.
Huh? Yeah, that is true. Maybe I will just leave it for now.
Hang on, Boris, and sorry for talking over now. I feel something in my sense that it's telling me that something bad and negative is coming along this way, where we are now. Sorry, Boris, just give me peace and quiet for at least for a minute or two. I need to feel my sense of my body. Because my brain is actually detects things around me. Now I would like you to be silent for now until I tell you to stop. So just be quiet for now, let me concentrate and focus. Oh my gosh.
What is it?
Boris, according to my sensing ability, it tells me that someone is in this location, besides just you and me around here. And the only person I know for sure that can get access to this world is your evil version of yourself.
But hang on just a second though. If you think that's really him coming around this area where we are at, do you think it could be another person who we don't know yet that maybe is innocent? How would you even know if that—
No, Boris, this is someone who is really dangerous and no one should ever be in front of him except for me, because I have faith in myself to fight against that evil thing. Boris, I want you to listen to me carefully. Okay?
Okay, I'm listening.
Good. Now, pay attention to me. I would like you to hide somewhere that pretty much no one could ever find you. Because it is your safety at this point of moment. Maybe hide into those abandoned creepy looking buildings. Or hide behind a big tree or something. But I want you to be safe and never get founded by your evil side. And if you found a spot to hide, just tell where you are, because I would be worrying about you, and you could end up in danger where no one can ever find and help you. Understood?
Okay, I'm going to hide somewhere now for my own safety then. I'm so surprised of how tall and big this tree is. I think this is probably the only good decent spot that I could find around here. It's just full of dead small skinny trees and some abandoned objects lying around here. Hopefully I don't get into too much danger around here, because I feel a lot safer behind this tree than anywhere else.
Oh, look, just what I was expecting to see here. I've never knew you would come this far. And we meet again, the other side of Boris and Do. How dare you for stealing my special book? That book only belongs to me, no one else. Give it back to me now,
yeah,
or else.
I'm so not giving this back to you. After what you did to a very innocent gentleman, he doesn't deserve any of this of what you did to him. What you did was very unforgiving. You ruined his life and made him torn apart from the people he loves the most. And I'm here to fix the broken pieces you did to Boris and make his life more happy and back to normal again. You are a evil rotten scum.
Book now.
Complaining to get your book back isn't working. This thing will never be returned back to you. This will be kept safe and sound away from evil.
Oh my gosh, I cannot watch.
Where did you go now?
I'm still here and ready to defeat you.
I love to play games with you. You know that I'll always win, you fool.
Oh wow. I I never knew he had some sort of special ability of turning himself invisible. That is so cool.
Huh? Where did it go?
Rest in pieces.
Huh? Where am I?
You are in a cell where you used to put me in, and now, you are trapped in your own home with no chance to escape your cell.
I command you to bail me out this instant. I'll kill you. I will kill you. Kill, you.
Every word you use will be against to the time of your time sentence in your cell, which can lead to no escape. Oh yeah, and one more thing, you need to know, look who's the special guest who is coming to see you.
What? Heather?
It doesn't matter. Now, let's talk. Bad, or evil Boris, me, whatever your name is. You've made my life just turn from peace and happiness, to a stinking dump in a toilet. You've ruined everything for me. You ruined my life. You ruined my character. You ruined my family. And for this, you are now trapped in your cell, until you rot in hell, you freaky evil scumbag. And this is the time that I've been waiting for a while, before your stupid plans and tricks. I want real answers. Now, I want you to explain more about yourself, because I think you came to my dreams when I was young, years ago. Explain it to me now.
Boris, instead of trying to fight him, we need to leave this room now. Come on.
And what exactly do you think you're doing? I was about to break his face
Boris,
up after what he did to
I understand
me.
your frustration, but giving your fists to someone can't always be the answer to solve problems. You see, he's trapped in his own cell, and that's what we wanted. And trust me, he cannot escape from there. The cell bars are actually quite heavier than they look, and the cell is strongly attached to the huge rock around it. I'm promising you.
Well, I have got your lucky trust right there. Because, that's what we needed to do, and we did it.
Yes, Boris, yes. Now, there's a thing that I would like to discuss towards you.
Oh yeah,
Boris,
what is
you
it?
know the book we found it in some sort of cave, right?
Yes, that book, with some creepy text about me.
Well, I'm not sure if I am right or wrong in this one, but when we said those words, on the book, the universe or the cave was starting to shake a lot, and the book was in the chest, hidden, under the ground, and do you think it is the time that we could show the book to the bad side of you, of one of his precious things?
I don't know about that. We don't know what's coming either way if we are setting plans or traps. He seems to be very clever at things. So we need to be very careful.
Well, to be honest with you, I feel the same way, but when there are things that you think of, that you think it is a bad idea, can sometimes be a great idea. So we don't really exactly know how it is going to work, but, if something does go horribly wrong, then I shall take care of that. In that case, how does that sound?
Well, okay, I guess. But if you mess this up, it is entirely your fault. You got that?
I understand. Now, let's do this for once.
This is just great. How on earth can I even escape my own cell? I have no chance whatsoever. This is just stupid, what the fools have done to me. Those stupid idiotic fools. I don't understand how could I survive in my own cell without any food, or drink, or doing something with my boredom, or how to keep myself happy. This is gonna suck so bad. Wait. The book. Where is the book?
Hey, are you looking for this? Now, this is the time that we need to discuss about. is this book, and in this book, it contains words and paragraphs that sounds like some sort of magic spells.
Stop right there, and give me the book now. I command you, or I will end you all.
Giving rage threats to us will never make changes. This book is now belong to us, and there is nothing you can do about it whatsoever. Boris, you know what to do next. Read the one page that only has words in, and read it out loud.
Well then, let's begin. Boris, Boris, Boris life. Boris, Boris, Boris justice. Boris, Boris, Boris blood. Boris, Boris, Boris heart. Boris, Boris, Boris soul. Boris, Boris, Boris death.
It's working, don't stop, keep reading now.
Sirob laminatido rationia faranio loco. What's happening? Why do I feel weird?
Boris, come to me.
Oh my god, he's alive. Stay back everyone now for your safety.
Huh? Am I dead?
No, you're not, Boris. You are in the real world now. The place you belong to. And you're back in your own body as well. Now, Boris, how do you feel now? Are you okay?
Oh, I feel very shaky, but I am so glad this scary situation is over and done with. And I'm glad to be back to the real world and my body. Thank you, kind people, for your help. I'm sorry that I let all of you down. I'm such a fool, and I don't deserve anything. I'm still worthless.
Boris, stop feeling so down and depressed. All of this isn't your fault, and I'm telling you right now, and that is a promise. In fact, many people in this room or work in this area agreed that this wasn't your entire fault. With the murdering, the crimes committed. But most of all, we all agreed that you are not getting a death penalty in the next few weeks. That's the excellent news for you. But however, listen what Mr. Gary has got to say about you.
Boris, I would like to give you a huge apologies for the huge abuse I was giving to you. I should have believed you in the first place, but it was difficult to believe. For being such a coward towards you. I can do anything you want me to do, except bailing you out. Because it isn't my job to do that. Boris, I'm asking you a question. What can I do to help you? Is there any problem you want me to fix? Just anything?
Yes. There is a thing you can do for me. And that is getting my family back together. I need your help to get my wife and kids back together, because I was divorced by my wife and she took away my son and daughter, to stop them seeing me again. And I want to see them again so badly.
No problem, Boris. I can do that for you. But unfortunately, since you are now back to normal, I'm afraid I'm going to ask you to go back to your cell. But don't worry. Things will get better for you. It's just this moment, and hopefully you will be treated much better with respect than any of your cellmates. Also, don't worry about staying in the cell. You will not be staying there for a while or anything. Me and my professionals will hopefully find something that will be beneficial. Now, I'm going to find your ex-wife's contact details, and I would kindly ask you to be polite to walking to your cell along with the guards, please.
God bless this gentleman.
I really do hope that his life would soon be in a happier mood. No time soon.
Hello?
Oh, hi Doris. I am calling you to inform you some excellent news about Boris, and it's hard to believe that it was true, and Boris is safe and sound now.
Wow. Really?
Yes, really. He was possessed all along. The evil curse has been gone from him. By the priests who came and took him down.
Oh my gosh. I cannot express how I really feel right now. I am so happy with you guys helping getting over with this. It feels great that Boris is now back to the way he is now. Thank you so much for doing this for not only me, but with Boris and the rest of our family. I cannot wait to inform the people in my family about it. Thank you, Mr. Gary.
No problem, Doris. We are here to always help people, because that is our jobs. But, Doris, there is one thing I need to discuss with you about, and I want you to do me a huge favor.
Okay. What is it then?
Well, this question will not only make me feel better, but it will make Boris's dreams come true. So, I'm asking you this right now. Doris, would you like to reunite with Boris again, and then be husband and wife again?
Well, I kind of feel like that in a way, but the killing he committed, but didn't really committed it. It just makes me feel like I'm still in a relationship with a murderer. So, I'm like 50-50 each from that. I love him, but I feel like that I shouldn't be coming back with him anymore. I'm sorry, sir. I just feel like that's my option.
Doris, just listen to me clearly. I understand how you feel about it, but Boris really wants you back so badly. You're like his missing jigsaw piece. But also, he wants to see his children too. He wants to reunite with you and the kids. He wants his life to be the way it was before, the way it was before this chaos happened. I beg you to come soon to see him. He's really emotional right now. Please, I want you to come down, please.
Okay. In fact, I will leave my apartment now, and I will get Kaylo and Rosie to be ready for the journey. Thank you, Mr. Gary, for everything you did for me. I appreciate it. See you later then. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Excuse me, sir. Did you just inform the lady about Boris?
I sure did. It was through the phone. I can feel that she's been going through a lot as well, and she is completely puzzled if she would go back to Boris or not. And what really concerns me is that what happens if she chose not to be with Boris anymore, because Boris is an innocent man who has been labeled as a murderer. These crimes he committed wasn't his fault after all. Some fool was taking over his body and making him a bad influence to everybody in the world. I know I did some bad things to Boris, such as playing games with him and shouting at him at the top of my lungs. But I want to make this count to him. A big count to him.
I can sense the frustration here, but I'm with you on this one, of course, and I think many people here are on your side too. And us here, as a team, our mission now is trying to get Boris's life back to normal, but unfortunately, I don't think at least everything will be back the way it was.
No, not really. He will have to be in court, because killing is a big offense, and it would go on to his record, so he still would be classed as a murderer, sadly. Oh yeah, Doris will be coming on her way somewhere today this time, to reunite with Boris along with the kids. So, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I hope it's good.
Well, that's something good though. I really do agree that they should go back together, despite of what was going on for Boris for things that he really didn't commit it, you know. Anyways, I need to go back and do some paperwork. Catch you later.
Okay, I'll catch you later too.
Hey Boris.
Doris.
I'm so glad you're okay, but I'm also here to give you a huge apology for what I have done to you. It was pretty bad of me to do that, and I'm here to say, I'm sorry.
Oh Doris. You don't have to say sorry to me, you did the right thing. And besides, I could have done something bad to the family and then you decided to go very far away from me along with Kaylu and Rosie for your own safety, without me knowing where you went. I got to say, you did the perfect thing for me. Well, not for me, but for Rosie, Kaylu, and yourself. You should be proud of yourselves for it.
Wow. Thank you, Boris. Maybe I shouldn't felt bad for what I have done after all.
Mom, why feel bad about it? You've protected us from Dad being possessed. We would have been in danger with Dad and probably we would end up being killed. You did a great move, Mom.
Yeah, and the police officers gave us warning and so did the people around us too.
Well yeah, The police teams and the community warned us about it so we would have enough time to escape before Boris would have gotten more evil and aggressive. But we are so glad this drama is officially over, and now, we're back into a happy family again.
Well, not quite, Doris, not quite. I'm still gonna be stuck here. For who knows how long. I hope it won't be super long because mostly all of these crimes that I committed, I didn't actually committed them. But I'm still scared if I'm gonna be here for nearly a lifetime.
No, you're not. Boris, no, you're not.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, what I mean is that, if you didn't know, but the court session will be available next week on Monday, for Boris. You all must attend there because this is an important day for you all to come for. Especially that you are very well connected to Boris.
Oh, okay. We didn't know we were going to have a court session at all. Nobody told us.
I didn't know about that as well.
Well, now you do. But I would want to say is that Boris would not suffer with any consequences of what the judge gives him. I think he would probably get some suspensions, but I know for sure, since I've been working here for so long, he would not get sentenced to death, or be tortured, of behind the story.
Okay, I'm so glad about that. I was really scared of what was going to happen with me next. Even when you brought up court, I got really anxious even more. But I'm glad I'm not getting anything which including death or anything brutal.
Well, that was all I got to say, just for reminding you about that important day you all have to attend if you want to be in part of the court session with the judge. I expect you all to be there, so see you on that day. Goodbye and enjoy the rest of your evenings.
Breaking news. The night murderer, named Boris, is now attended at the city's courthouse right now, today. As you can see, behind me. I am behind the courthouse, along with some of the community, wanting to come into the courthouse, and the police guarding the front of the building, to prevent anyone coming in, except if they have a pass to go through. Currently, people are still being seated until the judge comes and speaks, but the main topic we really want to find out is, what will happen to Boris next? Will he be found guilty, or not guilty? Behind his story, he was possessed and didn't actually committed these crimes on purpose. So I am not really sure how that is going to work with him, but we will find out after the session at the courthouse. Will he be guilty, or not guilty? Stay tuned for more upcoming news. This is GNN News.
Man, I don't like the feeling of this.
Oh, don't worry about it, Boris. To be honest, on what I heard of you, I would think that you will be fine.
I agree too. And Boris, don't worry about anything. I would seriously doubt that you will be given a harsh punishment, such as maybe sentenced to death, or else. But I will count on you that you would do fine.
I really do wish Boris's dream comes true, of bringing his life back together again, despite of what happened. I wish I can speak to him right now, but I'm on the other side of the room, and I ain't supposed to leave my seat until this session is over.
I feel the same way, Mun. I feel like I should give him a big hug right now.
Everyone knows that I was possessed the whole time of these crimes I committed but didn't actually committed. It was someone taking control of my body when it was dark.
Can I have everyone's attention please, before we begin? Silence everyone. Thank you. So, we are all here today, to discuss about this gentleman, by the name of Boris. The gentleman who was a night prowler, taking innocent lives, only murdering people when it was midnight. However, there was a dark secret behind of him, that it was hard for anyone to believe that it came true. A dark spirit took control of his body, positioning him into a bad state. He looked pale. His eyes were glowing red, an unnatural facial appearance, and his voice changes quickly. The neighborhood was in shock to hear a lost life, especially his or her friends and family, who are some members here to join today. Thank you for coming in.
Evening everyone. I'm Taylor. I was the twin sister of Rebecca. The girl who is the one who was murdered by a sharp object at the park. Surprisingly, she had a complicated life, and so did I. Growing up wasn't easy. We were abandoned as babies, then got adopted by another family, who weren't so nice and respectful. And when we were 16, our foster parents fell out with us due to relationship complications. So me and my sister decided to move to another town here recently. And 3 months after we moved into a hotel flat, my sister was brutally murdered at the park. The next morning after her death, police came to my apartment door around 7 in the morning. I didn't expect to see a group of policemen at my door, and I was scared if I maybe committed a crime or something. But actually, they wanted to talk about my sister. And in fact, I didn't notice that my sister wasn't in my apartment because I thought she may be asleep in her other bedroom. But it turns out that she didn't came last night. And I was like, oh my god, what's going on? So the policeman just came out to me and said this. Excuse me there, do you know this girl? And he showed a picture of her, and I said yes. And I was like scared of what was going on here. But then, this moment changed my life. Completely. The officer said that Rebecca was murdered at the park last night. And she was just having fun with her friends partying at the club. And then she was found dead at the park. My life just flipped tables. I was crying my eyes out and screaming. The police officers calmed me down and tried to help me as possible to calm down. It was scary. It was very hard to believe. It felt like a joke. I didn't believe the officers first. But then they gave me her favorite red bandana and some graphic photos of Rebecca injured. That upsetted me even worse. But now, from the day that my sister passed away, I have to continue living my life alone after nearly 20 years of growing up with my sister, Rebecca. It feels hard to have a life changed where you been so long with this person and being with them for your entire life, that they are no longer gonna be with you anymore. But now, I gave my sister faith and lots of love whilst she's in another place now. And I would like to thank her for being with me for so long. But all I wanted to say was, thank you for being an amazing sister to me. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mike, and this is my wife, Trisha.
Hello.
And we are the parents of Violet, the girl who was poisoned from her drink, along as she died with her boyfriend, but died from getting injected on the beach. But I have words to say to my beautiful and talented daughter, Violet. I would like to say thank you for being with us from the past 21 years. You are not just a daughter to us, you were inspiring, you made many friends through your educational years, helped your defenseless uncle when he was unable to walk and talk. We wouldn't have not enough time to talk about you much, but we have many things to say about you, despite it can go on forever.
Rest in peace, my beautiful angel. We will never forget you, and all of us will always bring love to you from the bottoms of our hearts. Sleep in peace. From your mother and father.
Hello everyone. My name is Jason. And I am the father of William. My son was murdered by getting lethal injected whilst taking a nap on the beach. Sadly, I am the only one who wanted to come up here is because my family are too nervous and emotional to come up here, so I did for them, and I did it for my son, William. And I'm also a single parent to my son and kids, because my wife died from a nut allergy 8 years ago. But I am a proud single dad to my 3 children. William was an amazing son. He always liked to play video games, he always likes to hang out with friends. He worked as a sales assistant at a mini-mart. Despite of what was going on for him from the last 2 years, he was gaining weight, and he liked taking gym classes. But there is many more things I would like to say to my son. Thank you for being in part of the family. I would never wanted a better son like you. You were handsome, funny, had good sense of humor, and a clever young man. Rest in peace, my friend.
Boris. Can you come to the stand, please? Boris, I just want to ask you a few questions about your experience behind all of this. And you to tell me what happened.
Well, Judge, My story was pretty rough, as you may know it. I was possessed by my evil spirit of myself, and I was trapped in my own dream. I was trapped in a dark world, full of dead trees and abandoned buildings. I was very lost of here I was, but I was exploring the place. And I went to his laboratory, of his inventions left on. But however, when I explored his place even more, I bumped into someone, who was locked and trapped in a cell who was suffering in there. But it was actually my positive side of me, a part of someone of my mind. And luckily, I got him out, and he knew mostly all of the time of how to fix the solutions of being trapped. We found a secret cave and we found a treasure book that had some words. And that was exactly what we needed to do. And then, read the text clearly. Surprisingly, the book wasn't big at all, mostly all of the pages were blank and had nothing on them except of that one page. The text was very important, because it is his big weakness, and so then he was suffering, and then vanished. And, I'm now back to the world now.
Well, Boris, I don't know what to say about your story. That was got to be one of my most very extraordinary stories I ever heard in my life. You have been through a lot of what you were experiencing in that time.
I'm really sorry to bother you, my honor. But can I share my thoughts about Boris, please?
Of course you can. Doris, go ahead.
I would like to start saying that what I did for myself was wrong at first, but then I realized it was the safest thing to do. Wrong and right at the same time, by leaving my partner and taking the kids, but protecting ourselves from him. But since Boris is now back to shape, he really now has to suffer the consequences for the murder and other crimes he didn't actually committed them at all in the first place.
Well, Doris, I know everything about his story. And yes, I do understand that you want life to be back together the way it was. But unfortunately, it may not happen exactly. We won't discuss this until we move on to a different topic.
All right then, sir, I understand.
Boris, you can now return to your seat.
Excuse me, Judge, can I whisper a question to you quickly?
What is he saying to him? I hope he is not manipulating the judge.
Well, that was what I was thinking during this session. That sounds to be the suitable idea that could give an impact on him. You can return back to your seat. I will explain this straight away. And thank you for the advice.
No worries, sir.
Boris, I have decided what deserves you right. I have decided what could be beneficial for everyone, and including yourself. There can be a slight good news, but with a side of bad news of what's going to happen with you. But let's start with the good news. The good news is Boris is not sentenced to death. He will not be given a death penalty or a beating.
Oh my gosh, I don't believe it.
But there is a catch with the bad news for Boris. Is that Boris will not get bailed out of his stay. He would have to stay where he is now.
Excuse me, Judge, but how long is he staying there for?
6 years. But however, his lifestyle would be different compared to the other cellmates, such as staying in a healthier environment, with a tidy cell, no bad smells, with a clean mattress bed. That is the positive side of news towards that bad news. But the lucky news for him, he will be staying in a luxury cell which will be all organized for him. But a bit more added on to the bad news. He is not allowed to leave his own area. He must be stayed at his place at all times. He will be fed with better quality food than the standard cellmates. Any guests and families are welcome to see him and go into his cell with Boris's permission, because it's his own area. But the consequences to Boris, if he tries to escape his area, he will be sent back to his old cell, where it would be cold and uncomfortable, along with eating terrible food.
Sorry for butting in, Judge, but shouldn't there be a second choice for Boris? And yes, I understand we have to treat Boris differently. I am still married to Boris, even if I was bothering to divorce him, but I felt bad for not controlling my temper, and I want to see Boris's face every day as always. We have a son and daughter, and we need a man who has been a supportive parent and lover, and I don't like to feel like a single parent, whilst not seeing my husband very often just makes me down, and so our children feel the same way too. Judge, can you do me a favor? What about if Boris just comes back home with us, and he can be housebounded, as if our house was maybe treated as a little cell? If that was requested, he can just stay at home and don't leave the house, whilst the positive side he is in the right place of where he belongs to, us.
Okay, Doris, just to make this clear, if you are happy to bring back Boris, then you can have him. But for our services and rules, we have to follow, and the same goes to you. I can accept to allow this option to happen. But, once again, our impact may be across to you, Doris. So I'm going to say this to you before we can accept this offer. If you dare to break the rules, such as letting your husband go out to the public, you both will be sentenced to 13 years in prison, but not in a luxury cell. Are you sure that you're going to accept your own offer, and the consequence that may come by, if you broke any of the following laws?
I accept my decision. And I'm not only doing this for myself, I'm doing this for Kalo and Rosie. I want them to have a happier life as I try and make things work again. I just want the both of them to have better lives in the future, when they will be able to be independent, of having their own responsibility of taking care of themselves. So, I already said that I am taking this deal, Judge.
Okay, Doris, this decision has changed. Boris will attend to be housebounded at your home for 6 years. Case dismissed.
Doris, we need to have a private conversation now. In the staff room, please, along with your son and daughter.
Why do I need you to have a private chat with me? I know what I'm doing, thanks.
Doris, I only wanted a private conversation because of the plans that Boris would arrive at your house, and other information plans. Please follow me now. This will be quick.
Well, okay.
Doris, I understand how you're feeling right now, because of what was going on in the courtroom. But I am here to ask you things, not letting you down. Okay?
Okay, I'm glad you've said that. I just felt like just walking through the doors anyway and take my husband.
But Doris, I just want to discuss about this decision you've came across and then was accepted by the judge. I just want to discuss with you three about returning back Boris. I only want to talk to you all about our service and security of bringing a criminal into the public, and when Boris comes to your home.
Well, okay, I curiously didn't know what was going to happen with Boris, but okay, and I'm sorry for pulling a face.
No, it's okay. I understand that everything is all over the place for you, but Boris will attend at your house this later evening, such as maybe around 6 or 7 o'clock. But don't worry, he will be safe when he arrives at your house. He will be traveling in a police van with some of my crew and the guards. Does that sound great to you?
Yes. That sounds great. Well, thank you, Mr. Gary. I appreciate you for counting on us. You are a very supportive person. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. I'm always here to help. It's my job. That is what I like doing. Now, enjoy the rest of your evenings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I got to say, Boris was very glad to come back.
Well, I'm definitely am, sir. It feels great to be back to my real home.
I'm glad to hear. And Doris, did Mr. Gary talked about the offer and deal, despite the message of bringing Boris home?
Yes, I got his message, and understood.
Okay, great. So now I will leave you guys some peace and quiet, and enjoy the rest of your days. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome home, Boris. It is a good pleasure to come back to your home and joining back with your family again.
Yes, it sure is. My life really feels completed right now, At least I'm not always stuck alone in a cold stinking room anymore.
Oh, and speaking of smell, Boris, you really need to have a wash, not in a rude way, but you were staying in a filthy environment for a while. Please go and take a long shower or bath, and put on some clean clothes, would you? You've got some nice clean clothes on the side of your bed.
Wow, thank you, Doris. I have not been properly clean for a while, but I used the showers once near my cell, and they were terrible. But it will calm me down and I will be dirt-free, for good. Welcome home, Boris. Welcome home. Hey honey, are you looking for the original looking Boris? Let's go on a honeymoon somewhere, Doris.
Boris, I cannot do that.
What? Why not?
Boris, remember that deal I had to deal with the judge to prevent you going back to prison? I had to make an offer that the judge wanted by banning you to leave the house, and that will be going on for a long time. I believe the judge said, up to 6 years of doing this routine.
Oh yeah, 6 years, a very, very long time of being housebound indeed. I remembered what he said. But hang on, how am I supposed to survive, besides just food and drink? I need sun, having the cool fresh air, and stuff.
Don't worry, Boris, you can have some sun and fresh air. By going to our back garden, you are allowed to go to the garden, but you're not allowed to cross over our front lawn.
But what about if I disguise as someone else and then I can go to public places, and we could have a honeymoon at a special diner
No,
somewhere?
Boris, were you listening to the conversation with me and the judge? He talked about the consequences if I let you leave the house, and if that happened, me and you will be sentenced for a very long time in jail. Even if we did it once in a short time, it wouldn't make a huge difference at all. I'm sorry that I had to put this out, Boris, but here is a thing you need to think wisely. Would you rather go back and live with your family, or go back to your stinking cell?
What? Staying here obviously, I hated it over there.
Exactly, Boris. I think you need to have some time for yourself, to get used to the change. I hope you understand of what I've explained to you. I will leave you some time out in our room to think about it through. But don't forget, we love you, Boris.
Don't worry, Boris, being here is way better than that stinking dump. Now, I feel like going to bed since I feel lightheaded, because today has been a very long and rough day for me.
Okay, Kalo, have a good day at school, even though you had some days off, but your teacher and principal understands it all, so don't worry. Oh, and did you say you were visiting Dora's house after school?
Yes, Mom. I'm visiting Dora after school.
Oh, okay, good to let me know, but anyways you need to start heading to school. Have a good day, Kalo, and I expect something good from you today.
Thanks, Mom.
And Rosie, since Kalo is off to school, and it is nearly 9 o'clock, I have gave you some math quiz sheets upstairs on your table, for you to improve your times table.
Yeah, I like doing those ones.
And, of course, Boris. You don't have to stay in all day, if you were bored. Go out in the backyard, and get some sun and fresh air into you.
Okay, I can do that. But still, I'm banned from going outside our land of our house.
Yes, it's right. That's what I said yesterday. Now go and have some fresh air for a little while. It will do you good.
Wow, Caillou. I'm impressed of how you made it so far, and I'm glad you are okay. Despite you haven't came to school for a while, I don't blame you for it. Surprisingly, I saw and heard of the Boris situation on national TV, and some of the locals and the officers who told me about him that he didn't on purposely murdered people, he was possessed the whole time. And then managed to escape his trap, which blew up all over the news and especially our world. But I'm glad that you are safe,
but not just you, but the family, and especially Boris, that he has to put up with all that misery that he didn't deserve. But surprisingly, I have no idea of how you seem to cope with that, and now, you are back in school with a good mood. You are very resilient, Caillou.
Thank you, miss. I'm glad I ain't in trouble when you invited me here.
Of course you are not going to be in trouble for doing that. You did it for your own safety reasons. The students that get into trouble is when they ditch school for no specific reasons, or they just don't want to come to school. But they can end up getting suspended, or expelled. Well, Caillou, thank you for coming into my office. Since it is now time for your break, you may leave.
Thank you, miss. Hey, Leo.
Oh hey Caillou, long time no see. I'm glad you're okay about your dad.
Yep, I'm fine. And so is my dad.
So, what is your dad doing now?
So many people have questioned me a lot about that so far today, but I will talk to you later about it. Since this story is pretty long and confusing to begin with.
Oh okay, to be honest, I don't mind if you want to talk about it or not, but that's fine. But hey, do you want me to show you some cute funny animal videos on my phone in the classroom? I know we used to watch them a while ago, but there are some new funnier ones.
Okay, sure, why not?
Oh, hello. I didn't expect you two to come here today. Please, come in. Boris is upstairs.
Oh, thank you, Doris. We just want to reunite with our son, since we found it out he wasn't found guilty of the crimes committed at the time.
Can we see Boris now, would you?
Yes, you can. Come into the living room, and I will bring him over to you. Boris, can you come downstairs, please? You have some special guests who wants to see you.
Mom and Dad.
Boris. Oh my gosh, Boris, I still can't believe in real life you're still here. I love you so much, son. I really can't believe you've made it this far.
Agree indeed, and we're sorry you have to put up with this so far. You deserve everything you need that keeps you going.
Okay class, this is the last session of the day. We will be focusing on recycling. And we will be watching a short video about the history of different types of recycling. And then after we watch the video, you will be given a sheet of paper with questions about what was said in that clip. But don't worry everyone. There are only 5 questions on the sheet, and it doesn't matter if you don't know any of them. I just want you to just give a try and write some things down. This is not a test. This is kinda like a memory game. But once you've finished your sheets that I will be giving you right now, you can leave and go home early for today.
I'll get the door.
Hello, Dora. It's been a while since we last saw each other.
Caillou. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I finally got to see you. Come into the living room.
Oh my freaking gosh, I don't believe it. Caillou, you are okay. I watched the news about your father, and I wasn't sure if you, your mother and younger sister were okay. So, how is everything going for you then?
Yep, Dora's mom, I'm okay, and the rest of my family are, including Dad. He is just staying at home.
Well, that's good to hear. If your mother okay now? I just want to speak to her.
Yes, she's fine. She's not upset anymore.
Okay, that's great. I just want to check on her now. I'll leave you to some peace.
Let's go to my room and talk about stuff.
Sure thing, Dora.
Oh my gosh, Caillou. I thought you would never come back to me. I was very worried when you were away. I actually thought you were in danger. Or missing.
Well, actually, I wasn't really in a lot of danger, since my mom protected me and my sister by staying somewhere else. We were in a hotel, and kept it a secret from Dad by not telling him which area we were staying.
Oh my gosh. That was a clever move right there. I'm glad that idea worked and you and your family are safe.
Did you know the story about my dad? He was possessed by some sort of evil spirit that controlled him the whole time.
Yes, I already know about that, from the news, television, websites, and others.
Well, that was his story, and now he lives with us. He is completely fine now. His battle is over now.
Oh, okay. That's good to know that he is fine now.
Oh my goodness, today has been a very long day to us. Surprisingly, it wasn't a long day leaving the house. It has been a long day for the amount of people I had talked to today, the amount of phone calls I was receiving, the amount of people who came in to see us, and this is already the first day of having you back, Boris, and we're already tired.
Well, I am tired too, Doris, but actually, to be honest, it has been great for me. And for you today. We have already started to rebuild relationships with other people, which makes me happy, and I feel like I'm back to place now, but not quite because I am still banned from leaving this house no matter what.
Well, to be honest, Boris, that was what you needed, and so did the other people. I'm glad that everything went well for you today, and that can bring a big smile on your face, but sadly, yes, you will be staying here and not be leaving because that was the deal.
But staying for a super long time, how can I even avoid my own boredom here? I can be bored here every day.
Well, Boris, in fact, I can try and help you with that. I can just plan mini events in the house, such as bringing friends over, or having mini parties or doing fun activities. And maybe we can do mini activities with me, or with the kids as well. Or I can get some items from the store for you to enjoy the rest of your days of avoiding feeling bored.
Well, okay, that might work out well, so I'll see how this goes.
Boris, today is the time you need to try and get yourself up. You've been laying here for half of the day.
The light is hurting my eyes.
Boris, I understand you are extremely bored, but I just wanted to check on you.
Doris, I just don't feel right. I feel very drowsy and tired. I am tired.
Boris, I do understand that you are not happy with me because I am being bossy to you, but you got to remember the dangers. Excuse me, Rosie and Kalo, can I just have a small chat with you two?
Yes, what is it?
Well, this is about your father. And the way he is behaving now, he doesn't seem to be engaging or communicating with us that often now. He just always stays upstairs on our bed. He just eats some snacks in the fridge, uses the bathroom, and then goes back to sleep. That's all he does at the moment. He also seems to communicate in a poor way. He seems that he lost his communication skills or something. But this is like a mind trap for him, and I don't know what to do about it. It's been, I think, about over 2 months, and it's gradually starting to get worse for him. It doesn't feel like he's being himself at all, and this is the first time in many years I ever seen your dad behave like that. He's normally in a good mood all the time. Now, he looks very miserable and down.
Well, me too. I've already known that Dad was already being different than the way he was before. He just feels like a different person now. He was never like this before at all. It is pretty weird to see him like this.
I agree, and it's pretty bothering to see him not being himself.
Maybe we should find someone to help us get Dad better.
I was thinking of passing it on to the officers to get help, not trouble, of course. But this is a problem. That is not just a problem to Boris, but it is affecting us as well. Hello there, I was wondering if I can speak to Mr. Gary.
Yes, you can. Follow me to his room. Sorry to bother you, Mr. Gary, but we have a guest here who wants to see you.
Okay, thanks, Benjamin. Doris, take a seat. And what brings you here?
Well, it's about Boris, obviously. But from the past few weeks staying in the house. Well, recently, his behavior is starting to be different.
What do you mean by his behavior is different?
Well, What I basically mean is that Boris is always drowsy every day now. He just always stays upstairs and sleeps. He only wakes up to get something in the fridge and using the bathroom, and that's about it. He doesn't even socialize with us. Even if he does, he speaks so slur and he heavily falls asleep very quickly. He rarely eats food. He rarely has a shower or bath. He rarely changes his clothes. He doesn't like to see bright things because it hurts his eyes, and he always daydreams daily. And I have not had seen that sort of behavior of Boris before ever in my life, and even on the first day we known each other. What concerns me the most is that, if our marriage and our relationships will be over soon, if he gets worser than he currently is, and I came here today to get some help because it was getting out of hand.
Well, Doris, I'm glad you came in today because of what you are experiencing at home at the moment. Is there anything that I can do to help you?
Well, I know this is not going to happen, but, for Boris, can we allow Boris to leave the home at least maybe once a week?
Oh wow, Doris, I am really not sure about that one. And to be honest, my job isn't actually controlling these sorts of cases. It's actually the judge, Austin. He makes the decisions. And it is a big thing to try and change something as is already been agreed and cleared. But, I don't think he would ever agree to that offer you've made.
Well, can you contact him? Because I want to speak to him.
Hang on, Doris. We can't just go straight ahead and just say let's contact him. He is a very busy gentleman, and he keeps his time precious. He doesn't like to waste time with things like changing things up which has already been planned and should not be changed. And please do not give me that look and attitude, please.
I'm sorry about that, but what is currently going on with my and the rest of the family is really heartbreaking. And I wish there was a plan B or something for Boris. I just wish he can at least just go out into the public at least once a week max.
Well, okay. You can say what you want, and I can do you a favor. What about we plan a meeting with the Judge Austin, when he has time? Which maybe would happen in the next few days.
Oh, okay. That sounds good to me. At least I am looking forward to that.
Okay, great. And I will call you whenever the meeting is planned for you. Are you happy now?
Yes, I am. Thank you, sir.
No problem, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
So, once again, this is still going to be a discussion about Boris, and thanks for everybody else for joining in. I didn't want your children to come here, Doris, due to a lot of personal conversations which is only just for you and us.
I understand.
So, Doris, you wanted a deal to be changed, because you couldn't handle Boris's health in a poor state, is that correct?
Yes, it's right.
Okay, and you wanted Boris to be open to the community, such as being able to leave his home, but only at least once a week.
Yep, that is what I came up with.
Well, there's absolutely nothing that I can't do about this, and this is all I got to say to you, Doris, since everything has already been agreed and accepted. I can't just rechange the agreements, Doris. This meeting was pretty pointless, and it already has been a minute.
Huh, what makes this meeting pointless? I want my offer to happen.
Doris, I don't accept that sort of attitude towards me. Once something is over and done with, it's done.
Well, not exactly. You can still rechange them around. There is a way that you can make this happen to me, and I know for sure you can do it, and so everybody else.
Well, however, Doris, you need to listen to me clearly on this one. I am not always 100% choosing. I listen to the community, the citizens, and the team here to give their opinions and decisions. It's not always guaranteed that as always me with everything. But, since his story is very, very different compared to the other killers I know, he would still able to do the things he wants to do. I can help you right now, Doris, actually. But I don't know how can I make this fair for all of the communities. Think about the families who lost their loved ones during their tragedies. We never allow to skip murder cases like this. They would not allow your offer to happen, and we have to strictly agree with them. So, it's pretty hard situation.
Well, even if it's a hard situation, there is a possibility that we can solve through this, and we can find out easily of what people in the public and communities can decide.
And what exactly do you mean, Doris?
Well, like setting up a petition or vote for Boris. We can open up a vote page that gives you two choices that if Boris deserves to have this choice or stay the way he is now, people can just vote for one of them on a voting website, and optional, they can add a comment about their opinions of reasons why voting for whichever they chose.
To be honest, Doris, that actually sounds like a great idea. But, only one thing, what happens if the people that can't get access to the internet, or doesn't prefer to use the internet? How can they vote?
Well, I can plan this petition at the polling place if I give them permission if it's alright, but they can vote in there. I know it's normally used for politics and stuff, but there is another for people who don't prefer using the internet. They can vote in there very easily.
Ah, okay.
Well, Doris, that does sound like a good idea. But there is one thing you really need to think about, is the people who came to say their words to their lost ones. How can we make it fairer for the people that lost their loved ones? It doesn't seem to be fair for them. You cannot avoid the murder, Doris.
Well, I am already aware of that. And yes, we do not want those people to be upset even more. But for their wishes, they wanted Boris to be sentenced and stay somewhere, which is the victims' positive news, but this is something that I need to sort out right now, because Boris's mental state is completely got worse from the last few weeks.
Well, it's probably actually that Boris hasn't got the resilience to cope of being trapped in his area. You know that many prisoners are still be able to be trapped for many years, and they get used to it, and then it's solved.
But this man, who did not commit these crimes at all. I've said this a million times to everybody. He needs to have a chance for himself. It's because of some stupid idiot that took over his body and make him suffer like this. I am putting my foot down right now, and I want everything to work out better for Boris.
I understand that, Doris, already, and to be honest with you, I'm not disappointed or disgusted with Boris. He is nice, wonderful man, but we need to make what is right for the people who lost their loved ones and their deaths that gives Boris a side punishment. But that idea you made up seems to be very equal and fair for the people and Boris himself.
Well, yeah, we are not saying that your ideas are terrible. I think they sound very fair. But that is a problem that can't really be solved very easily, but there might be possibility that we can contact all the victims' families, and then asking them if this is an acceptable offer.
Well, that's actually my job, sending and responding to phone calls, so I can help with that.
Well, okay, you can do that.
Well, I've got to say, that sounds to be another good idea, to find out if the victims would accept the option, and then everything would be sorted when we find out. But if they say no, does that mean that Boris would not get his freedom?
Yep, if they all say no for it, and say no about the petition you are planning to do, then, unfortunately, yes, Boris can't get his freedom early.
Well, okay, I guess that I have to accept that deal. Because there are no other ways of doing it, but I can accept that.
Oh yeah, and Doris, I will let you know about their opinions and their decisions of what they said on the phone about the plan.
Well, thank you.
Doris, we wish you best of luck.
Well, thanks for that too.
Okay, this seems like this meeting is over and done. Thanks for everyone for coming in, and especially for Doris too. My time here was worth it. And enjoy the rest of your evenings.
So man, how did it go?
Well, good actually, but it's not completely been sorted the way I wanted it to be. I am going to have another meeting there someone, but this time, the people that are going to be there are the victims' families. And I feel really anxious about it.
Oh my, I don't like the sound of that.
I know, Rosie, and what's really concerning is that I know for sure that the people would disagree with me that your father should never have a chance of freedom, and he will be stuck like this and including ourselves unsettled for a couple of years. I can imagine your father in many years trapped. He would be a fully different person. I am really worried if this is not working for us.
I'm guessing they are really going to say no for that one.
Well, I got the feeling of that too, Kalo. I think there is no way that they can agree with me on this one. But I got the meeting soon if I get the phone call, and I will see how this would go. Hello?
Oh, hello Doris. I'm calling to inform you some important news. Luckily, you didn't ignore the phone call, but one of the victims' families are at the meeting room right now. And I do apologize that I gave you less notice about it. Are you still available to attend?
Oh yes, I am. I can attend. That's alright, that you didn't give me enough notice. I'll arrive there shortly in roughly 10 minutes.
Okay, great. Also, this can be your chance to get what you want for yourself and Boris. I wish you the best of luck in the meeting, and see how it goes, and what everyone has to say.
Well, thank you. I will arrive shortly and getting ready now. Thanks for letting me know. See you later. Bye.
Okay, that's great. Goodbye and see you later.
Thank you everyone for coming in today. I know some of you would think this meeting is pointless, and everything has already been sorted, and I know you all would totally disagree with everything that I'm going to say, since the tragedies of your loved ones, and I really do feel all of your feelings when you lost someone very important, and I'm not just saying that, I really do feel each of you, but what I am trying to say is, which may start an argument here, but please let me finish from the start to the end. And then you can give me your feedback. Well then, let's begin. I want to start off by saying that Boris was possessed the whole time. Someone took control of his body and mind to do very bad things, which he was trying to get Boris into very deep trouble and ruin his life. And I had to run away from Boris with my kids to go to an apartment and not letting Boris know where. But the reason in the first place, he kept lying to me many times by going out at midnight and says he didn't do that. And I thought he could have been cheating on me or something, so I have enough of his stupid games, so I decided to leave him and take the kids. I took the kids just to protect them because Boris was not being himself at all. But then a little while later, the police came to contact me and had to visit a meeting after the phone call, and the police showed a footage of my husband murdering. It was very hard to believe that I was married to a murderer. I was crying my eyes out and I was devastated. But around like 2 or 3 weeks later, the police contacted me that Boris was possessed in his cell, that he had red eyes and his voice sounded like a completely different person. So that is the story so far, since mostly all of you would know the rest. But we're back together now and remarried, and we've been married for nearly 15 years. And recently, Boris has been not very well. He just keeps staying in our bed and rarely ever gets up and comes down with us. And to him, he feels like a different person to us, because I think the reason behind of him being stuck at home is me, because I keep bossing him around every day about what he should do, and I am rarely bossy to Boris, but now, I have to do it every day non-stop and it is stressful, and no one likes to get told what to do all the time, which I believe is affecting our marriage. We rarely ever talk to each other, and we used to be very bubbly every day, and that is why I am here today, is to try and sort this out for Boris. I just want his life to be back to normal, but everything cannot be the same as before. But the main question is to you four, can Boris at least get little bit of freedom of going outside, such as maybe at least go out once a week?
Well, I am not sure about that. I mean, even though he didn't do it on purpose, but we lost someone very important in our lives, which we will never get over with it, ever.
Yes, I do agree. But I do understand that you want your husband to have a little bit of freedom, but he killed our daughter. And I do not know if this is an acceptable offer for him, but he didn't actually kill our daughter on purposely, it was someone else, but that can be a positive side that there might be a chance for his freedom.
Yes, and I know this sounds strange, but we have been thinking through this that it is not Boris's fault at all for killing our daughter, someone else killed our daughter, but used his body to block out the trouble and puts Boris into the blame for all of this. So, Doris, since your husband hasn't did the murdering on purpose, he could have a chance.
Well, even though I hate your husband, but the hate has been caused by the death of my son by crazy spirit that gave Boris my hate of opinion. So, I just lost my son by your husband. But it was someone behind him who used Boris's body. But you're saying that he is never like this in real life. Well, if he's innocent man that never causes trouble or has got a criminal record in the past, then I guess he may have a little chance. But I am doing what is right for my dead son. I always still do everything for him, despite that he gone to a different place.
Our mindsets just feel the same. hating Boris with a burning passion, or hating the person who was mind-controlling Boris. It's hard for me to pick which one to fully blame on for killing my sister.
Don't worry guys, I really do understand that you are confused to either like or hate Boris. I know people that get possessed always get put into the very bad positions, especially ending people's lives in a brutal way. And I am so sorry for that I positioned you all into this and experience losing someone important.
Excuse me, you know it's not your fault. Or your husband's fault at all.
Huh, do you really mean it?
Yes, I do. In fact, I have no idea why this is your fault at all. You ran away to protect yourself, because you could have gotten into danger. And, it's not your husband's fault either. I know people in this room is feeling like, are you stupid or something? No, I'm not stupid. This man didn't deserve any grief he had to put up with.
Well, I have to agree on that too, that he didn't on purposely murder people including our daughter Violet.
But listen up guys, he killed my beautiful sister. How can we even let him get away big time for this? We can't just forget and let him have a chance over this. I mean, yes he was possessed, and it wasn't his fault, and I believe in spirits and ghosts, and I am not saying that everything is a lie. Such as he was not possessed at all. But what I really want is, and I know I sound like a terrible person for saying this, but he should not have a big chance over this, such as ending his long suspension.
Well, I don't want to end his suspension either, but I think he needs to have a chance of what he wants, except ending his suspension of being trapped.
Well, okay, I guess. It does sound fair, since it wasn't his fault completely. But I guess to agree that he can have a little chance for his life to have a little bit of freedom, as long as he is no longer possessed.
Everyone, I enjoy listening to all of your opinions and speeches, but what concerns me the most is your decision making, and all I really want today is answers. And the answers from each of you four. Can Boris be allowed to be out in the community for at least once a week?
Yes, he can.
Yes.
What I heard about the story behind him, he should have a chance of that. So, yes.
Well, I kinda have to agree of what he just said, so, I guess.
I don't believe this. I have more words to say, better than being thankful. Now I just feel like crying tears of joy right now.
Oh, it's okay, Doris. Cry as much as you need to.
Hey everyone, I'm back with some excellent news for you all, especially Boris.
What is it, Mom?
Well, this is about what happened at the meeting today, about what is going to happen with your father. Oh wait, your father is not coming down here because he still thinks that I keep being too bossy on him about things. Well, I will tell him after I told you to everything. So anyways, I have had a meeting with the victims' families. And it was a long meeting indeed, and just ago I was actually crying, in a good way, that it was hard to believe that the people allowed my ideal option to happen, and now, your father can leave his house, for only once a week. Isn't that great? I mean, one is better than nothing, right? And he will be able to go out as long as he wants for only one optional day. He can choose to go out, but, unfortunately, he can't go on his own to the public. He has to go with me, because we are together, and your father might get a little bit carried away of exploring the town, and once he chose a day to leave the house for the day, he will have to wait until next week, starting from Monday to Sunday. Boris. Boris, I know that you are listening to me, and I understand that what you're going through to behave like this. Well, this time, you should not really ignore what I'm going to say because there is good excellent news for you, especially you will be able to leave the house.
Wait, did you just say I can leave the house?
Yes, for sure you did hear me clearly what I just said that. You will be able to leave the house instead staying indoors all the time.
Yeah, I can leave my house now. Thank you, Doris.
Boris. I ain't finished explaining yet. but I went to the meeting today along with the victims' families, what I told you very early in the morning if you remembered. But yes, you can go out of the house, but one more thing, they can allow you to at least go out for once a week, from any day from Monday to Friday as long as you want for the day, but I have to go with you because that was the deal they had to come up with, including myself. You can't go on your own, Boris, in public. I'm sorry.
Well, I got to say, one day is better than nothing. And with that one day per week of any day, me, you, Rosie and Kalu, can make our once a week day very special and worth it, such as maybe spend half a day somewhere, like going to a theme park, or have maybe a special dinner out somewhere.
Well, I got to say, I am very happy that you are happy too. I thought you would be still mad, but okay, as long as you are still happy about that, I don't need to worry about it now. So Boris, since I told you the change, do you want to go out to a honeymoon somewhere or something else, if that was what you wanted?
Well, yes Doris, but I don't feel great for today, but maybe when I am recovered by maybe tomorrow or the day after that, I can just keep myself on track of preventing myself of being too drowsy and lazy, and be more physical.
Well, okay, that's fine with me. But remember, you need to leave the house before the end of Sunday, or else you could lose your bonus day. Do you understand?
Yes, I do understand that, Doris. And I have to make sure my timing goes right or else I could miss a special day.
Great. Well, I'll catch you later, but do still please let me know as soon as possible, okay?
Okay, Doris.
Breaking news, a few weeks ago, of the last time of the news of Boris, also known as the night murderer, his punishments have been changed, which were used to be just being trapped at his home, as a cell punishment that had been agreed on by the judge weeks ago. But now, the rules have been changed for Boris, by now that he can leave the house only once a week, as the crimes that have been involved which he didn't on purposely committed, and people agreed he deserved something better. But how this option came up was from the wife of Boris by the name of Doris, who has brought the idea up and had many meetings about what can go better for Boris. She has the meeting with the officers, professionals, and even the judge, and she recently met the victims' families to explain how the situation could go well for Boris, and surprisingly, they all agreed and allowed this option to happen. So now the offers have been changed for now on for Boris and for everyone in this town and city. Many people have been concerned recently of why it has been changed, and mostly people answered, is they stupid to make silly choices to let Boris get away? But the meetings that were going on were meant to be private and not being spreaded onto the news by recording the whole footage of discussion. Which we do apologize, but for more information, go to our news website for more details about this topic. So, this is GNN News, signing off.
You see that, Rosie? We did it. Well, Mom did it very well. She deserved all the credit for helping Dad and working hard.
Yes, I agree. All the credit goes to Mom for all the work she's done to help.
Excuse me, the both of you, can I just speak to you about something quickly?
We just watched the news talking about Dad.
Yes, Kalo, I saw it right over here, and it's great now that mostly people would now be alerted of what's going on. Anyways, I came down here because I just want to speak with you about your father, and don't worry, it isn't anything to worry about, it's going to be nice.
Oh, okay, what's that?
Well, actually, this is meant to be a secret for your father. Do you both promise you won't tell your father of what I've just said?
I promise not saying anything to Dad.
I pinky promise not to tell as well.
Okay, great. Well, where should I start? Oh yes, I was planning a special surprise secret to your father by organizing a welcome back party with all of our friends and families, at a restaurant, or organize at a nicer area where we can do party activities and fun things we can do with everybody that is invited. How does that sound to you?
Hey, that actually sounds like a great idea. It would show that people care about him. And it would probably make him feel better in a mood again.
Yes, let's do that.
Well, there is a problem. Your father wants to go out like someone around tomorrow, and I don't even have enough time to organize everything, and I don't want to wait a week later, and plus the place that I'm fancying to choose has a booking offer only this week, and I need to get my timing right for Boris without him knowing, and give the people who I'm inviting some warning about if they would attend there. So, I really need to try and organize this special event for Boris before Monday starts.
So, hang on Mom, why not just tell Dad to change the days he wants to go out? So that way you get enough time to organize what you need to do. Do you understand what I mean?
Oh yes, good idea, Kalo. In fact, I'll get over with this now with him. Hey Boris, there's something I need to tell you.
And what is that?
Well, you know you wanted to go out tomorrow. Well, it is going to be freezing cold and rainy tomorrow and the day after that, but the third day would be warm and sunny, and that way, we can spend a day together as a family of doing many activities such as maybe go on a boat, or do fun games outside, in a private area for us as a family. And in fact, I can book a private honeymoon or party room alike, which it would be just the four of us. Does that sound wonderful to you?
Well, Doris, that sounds like how this can make my day. But does that mean I have to stay here and don't leave for the next 2 days?
Yes, sadly, Boris. But it will be worth your wait, I'll promise you right now. This day would give you in such a great mood.
Oh, Doris, don't worry, this sounds pretty worth it to me for the wait, and I am starting to feel much better and happier now that I don't feel trapped anymore. Thank you for letting me about that, Doris. This is something that is so bubbly about. Thank you.
No problem, Boris. And now if you excuse me, I'm going to start booking it off the internet and prepare what's needed. Oops, gotta get the phone. Hello?
Oh hello Doris once again, I'm here to give you some great news. And also, this is a quick phone call for you because I've still got some business work to do, and this would be short.
Okay, what's that?
Well, it's a message I got from the judge that I need to pass this on to you. It's about the given consequences.
Okay.
Well, good news, you don't have to worry about getting sentenced for a long time anymore.
Huh, what do you mean?
Well, I'm just saying that your consequences are over now, and you don't need to worry about getting sentenced for a long time of what I just said right now ago.
Oh my gosh, that's great. So does that mean I don't have any more consequences now? Like, nothing.
Well, I was about to add this part into you, but yes, but it's not really a big deal to be honest, and it doesn't feel that harsh at all. But basically, it's just paying about a little about $100 fine, if you disobeyed the rules, such as letting your husband go out more than once per week. I'm sorry about this, Doris, but you still have consequences, but not the extreme ones such as getting sentenced for a long time.
Well okay, that doesn't sound really bad at all. I really do prefer that deal though of paying a fine than getting me and my husband sentenced and making our family be bad. But I have to say, thank you for informing me, and please pass the thank you message to the judge for changing this around for me. I never expected him to do this for me.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're happy. But, apologies if this sounds a bit rude, but I have to get back to work. And I want you to enjoy your own lives together, happily.
Alright, no problem. I'll see you whenever you want to speak to us. And enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Doris. Goodbye.
Sorry to bother you, sir, but you have to quickly do an email for me, because there is going to be a disconnection with the internet in the next 2 hours. I apologize.
No, don't worry, it's fine. I've just finished a phone call in time before you came in, so I'll do that right away now, sir.
Well, where was I? Oh yeah, I was about to book a place, but first, I kind of feel like writing a list of people down of who can be invited to the celebration party. Well, Boris, this is our book room door. Open it for yourself.
Okay, Doris.
Surprise!
Oh my gosh, I don't believe it. What's going on?
Well, Boris, you see, I wanted to plan a special secret for you that you totally deserve of what you've been through by inviting our family and friends over to welcome you back. I also planned this celebration for welcoming back to the family, and I wanted you to feel better about yourself than feeling very down and stressed. So, how do you feel now?
I feel very much better now, and to be honest, this makes my day very much than I was expecting, just a random day of usual spending time. Thank you, Dora, so much for organizing this. This was the thing that I really needed, was to fit and back to the people that I cared.
Oh, Boris, that's so sweet of you.
Oh, And Mr. Hinkle is here. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?
It's a good pleasure to see you, Boris, and I am doing well, thank you for asking, and I'm glad you're back.
And the Marquez family is here too.
Hello Boris, it's wonderful to see you back to your feet again. And I'm glad to hear you have recovered from what you've been through, like bumpy journeys on a boat.
Well, it's great to see you, Elena, as well.
Well, not trying to be rude, but why not we start the day by doing fun activities like playing a game of Twister?
Oh come on, really, Doris, you picked a game which hurts my aching bones.
Oh come on Boris, you're a big boy now.
That's my big boy too. Boris, I have no other words to be thankful of what you've accomplished. Hopefully one day we could meet again. You are a hero. You are a strong hero. Oh, and there is one more thing you should know. I love you. Sleep in peaceful happiness, my proud friend.